of an infection because he got hit by a dagger with poop on it. You know, it's like this horrible shit. You don't even need magic. You know, like magic.
You have infectious diseases. What do you need magic for?
Yeah.
Well, no,
All the villagers throw rocks at you because they don't want the plague.
So. Again, I can change this spell every day.
Right.
So
I have the Stow Curse too.
Okay, so then I'll go with Feign Death, and you, me, and Keith can all have Feign Death in case we ever need to be like,
I just go like this.
For you to feign death, all you have to do is lay down.
Yeah, but you can show. You can like, this goblin was carrying this skeleton.
Actually, I think someone
him.
might get the idea that somebody was into necrophilia if he were to lay down, because they done dressed up their skeleton. They're about to.
Does he have like one bone? Does he have like a chicken leg bone?
Remember,
right
I
Oh look, he
the
choked
finger
to
bone
death.
off
There's
of
like
one
a
of
chicken
those,
leg bone down his visible neckline.
I remember.
There's a gumball.
I pulled off one of the fingers from the those ogres.
Oh God, that's
I
right.
did.
So, did you make yourself a penis?
I haven't had a chance to sit down and.
You know, you can
Start
animate.
sculpting.
You can animate the
Yeah.
undead
So you +8.
ogre
So you
finger.
+8 to hit.
So inappropriate.
I'm sorry. Wait.
I get my intelligence modifier and
That is so inappropriate.
Yeah, what's your proficiency?
You knew what I was
assuming
doing.
That's what that is.
No.
Yeah, which is
It's-
why I was terribly inappropriate.
It's your so it's your modifier
Uh-huh.
+4. Okay, and then whatever your
They still
Arcana?
charge 50.
no.
Yeah, I got there and they're like,
See, modifier
our
+5
sale basically
wizard.
says that it's like
spell
they still
attack
charge me an
+8
extra
wizard,
15 on top
DC
of the
17.
15. I was all like,
Those are
For
your
what?
different spell modifiers. Okay.
Oh.
supposed to be buy one get one free.
Hey,
and
Jason.
They tried to charge me for
Hey, Ivar.
But they still
So-
took the.
When it shows spells and it says +5 modifier and then
Well,
spell
I-
attacks +8, what's the is the +5 modifier to the?
Is your base modifier, I believe.
I know, but
And
that
then it calculates your
that's
proficiency.
that's the save the guy has to make, right?
Yeah.
That's what makes the save go up, right?
Correct. Yeah,
Okay,
I believe so.
Spell attack is if you actually got to
That's the
physically
hit.
roll to hit.
Okay.
That doesn't negate.
I know.
I'm gonna look up. I want to look up what that is. Hang on a second.
And it's not saying what's the highest level spell I can know now.
Should say your
go to-
character
go to
sheet.
your spells. Here, let me just look on
Manage
mine.
Go to your spells tab.
Oh, okay, manage spells. That's
Okay.
right. Okay.
That's right. That's right. I
Yeah.
got look. I was so
All right.
busy with my Vorpal weapon and my helmet of intellect that I forgot to do my spell.
Oh, third level, right?
Spell.
You're so hot right now.
I totally am.
He's so hot right now.
My entire workstation is covered in my hot saliva. That sounds super.
He's like a hot
I'm glad
potato.
we covered it with Scotch Guard before you sat down.
Oh no.
That's why the table's sealed.
No, this is, when you spend way too much time at a workstation, when it's your office, your game station, and your downtime station, it's baffling. It's baffling. It's baffling.
Still gotta pick one more spell.
Still gotta pick what?
One more
Uno
spell.
mas.
Still gotta pick what?
One more spell.
Pourquoi?
One more spell.
Pourquoi?
One more spell.
Pourquoi?
Both of you shut the fuck up.
Okay. Porque no.
Ooh, maggots triggered.
Oh, I have melding to stone.
Melding the stone?
Mm-hmm.
Is that anything like gleaming the cube?
It's exactly like gleaming the cube. Bro.
I knew it. You get your Tensor's disc and
Third
you
level.
gleam the
I can have
cube
four.
on your
4, and
Tensor's
3.
disc. What the fuck did you just pull out your boobs?
New skin.
Oh. As opposed to old skin?
Mhm.
That's
Nice
probably,
custom figure from your
I
skin.
have to have at least 2 of those.
What?
These? Oh, you can't. You're on that Atkins thing. aren't
No,
you?
I'm not on Atkins,
I mean,
you fuck.
your keto thing,
You
right?
you undead, temporary, never gonna be alive to Keith's worst kind of experiment that has. Yep, no, 2's good. I'm good. No, these are my favorite.
I know, but just in case you lose.
Oh, motherfucker. Thank you. Oh, I love this. It's like putting a gentle chocolate ball into my mouth.
Yeah, they're the white chocolate and the milk chocolates.
It even makes a sound. Oh shit! I forgot we were live.
Wait.
No,
sounds
rolling.
like it sounds like the Murlocs from.
I love that when they did that movie,
Proficiency bonus, I should say.
and the dude's riding across the bridge, you just hear. I'm like, the fucking it.
Proficiency
You
bonus
played
plus 3.
World of Warcraft. You know
So
what that is.
Yep.
would be plus 8. So is there a plus
was
8
great.
on there? Yeah,
It was
so
stupid,
that's
but it was great.
Very true.
that's what your spell attack modifier.
Oh yeah.
Or attack rolls.
Oh yeah.
Um,
What?
Something back in my back pocket. It just takes a little.
Just glad it was your back pocket that you're finagling in. I like how all we can see is just your one boob.
All right. All that.
Oh, I don't like the white chocolate.
I hate white
okay,
chocolate.
so and then your resist, your DC to resist one of your spells equals 8. Plus
White
your
chocolate never tastes
spellcasting
like chocolate.
ability modifier,
It's not chocolate. That's why.
which is
Yeah.
spellcasting ability modifier.
It's the
Then why do they
plus
call it white
5,
chocolate?
8,
Because they're
12,
racist.
right?
No.
No, 13.
because it's still made from the cocoa plant. It's just not the actual bean.
It's the butter.
Yeah.
Plus your proficiency.
So it's just solid butter.
8
Yeah,
plus your
it's
spellcasting ability
it's
modifier
chocolate
as well.
butter.
I don't like cocoa butter. That's probably.
Yeah.
I have coffee
so
cake.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Oh no, thanks. I'm good on coffee.
Plus your proficiency bonus. Your new
Coffee
proficiency bonus is plus 3, right?
We need a
16. So the DC
Yeah, let me
is
grab
that, does that add
plus
up on yours?
9.
DC
Butter
by-
nine.
Purple knife.
Yeah. Okay, great. So that's what
Oh my
someone
God.
has to
Dragon
save
Slaying
against your
knife.
spells.
Your knife. is
That's
very
if you throw an attack like a
Sebastian
fireball
yesterday
or a
was so
magic
cute.
missile
He
or
was playing with
something
my
like
math rock.
that. Use an attack roll. And that
He was driving
modifier
me
just shows
crazy,
you
but
what
he
your
was so
modifier is.
cute playing with my math rock.
Your rocks of math.
My rocks of math. My rocks that were doing bad
Okay.
math yesterday.
Fucking A. We couldn't.
Bad
I couldn't roll my way out of a wet paper bag yesterday.
math. My
It was full.
Oh, did you pick that up at GameStop?
I did, but I got it last year when it was on sale. I got it for $25.
All right, let's
They were
see
up-
if it'll be nicer to us
It
tonight.
also
This year,
doubles
Black
as a butt
Friday.
plug.
We took
I
his
looked at it
batteries
like-
out.
Spark plug?
Butt plug.
Spark plugs?
I don't know if I would want that.
Never heard that one, right?
What?
Hello, spark
It's the
plugs?
fire that hurts.
Spark plugs? Parts.
Once you get past the fire, it's
I mean,
Have you heard
yours
it?
are
No.
really
Relax.
pointy.
No.
No, but I don't want to right now either. 'Cause,
No.
You know,
Look it
gotta
up
really
tonight.
relax.
All right.
After the game. Butt plug. It's
How
It's like
about-
that thing, you know
hilarious.
that
How about we
you can,
don't look up butt plugs?
you know that
Or
you know,
do.
like you can fit 53 Earths into Uranus, and if you relax, you can fit 58. You know how they said like 100, 55 Earths could fit inside of
Oh,
Uranus. That's
yeah.
how big it is.
Yes.
right.
And it's like 58 if you
You'd
relax.
be amazed what you can fit if you just hold your breath.
Don't hold your breath. It makes you tighten up.
I tell my clients that all the
You
time.
gotta tickle the balls.
Hey, Grandma
You gotta
Bill,
play with the rings.
go easy on the rocking chair, would you?
Oh, he's got the bad one this time.
Yeah, because they got switched around during Thanksgiving. Actually, move that one over to there since it's the abandoned spot. Take that chair. I got to get some of
I'll
that.
take it.
I got to get some
No.
of that Teflon.
WD-40?
No, Teflon's better. Teflon spray. It's
Teflon
better.
Don.
Graphite.
Teflon.
We have
Teflon
graphite.
Dong.
Graphite for indoors, WD-40 for
Wish you
outdoor.
weren't spare parts, but
We have graphite.
Where the
because
hell
I
did
use,
that one come from?
I use
Did you
graphite.
drop it?
It was
What?
floor candy.
no, he found it on the floor. Must have fallen out of someone's pocket. Where'd Rachel go?
That's right.
Oh, she going poopies?
She's got a sweaty rocker.
I'm just glad. I'm just glad she's not sitting there going, "Ma, bathroom, bathroom,
Bathroom, ma!
I'm coming, dear.
Mom, bathroom, bedpan.
It's all just spraying on her.
It's the best.
Dude, I love that one.
That's the one of the best South Parks.
South
they
Park's
did.
ever, yeah.
The Mormon one.
The Mormon one. Yeah.
The Mormon one was good.
Sorry.
The WoW one was good.
What was that?
It's spring.
The Tom Cruise one was
What
good
is
because they did it in the Mormon one.
Oh,
What'd you do?
I got new skin in the eyes.
Oh,
Just
really?
spray-
Well,
spray
eventually
eyeliner.
it'll seal over. You'll
Yeah.
be like,
Okay.
Well,
remember
Can't
what's his
open my
name's
eyes.
mouth
The,
in Matrix? That's gonna be your
Balboa
eyes.
Park thing
How bad did
on
you cut
Saturday.
yourself?
What's that?
So
I fell at
it's right
Balboa
there.
Park.
Oh, it's one of those.
Oh no, you got to come up with a better
Yeah.
story than that.
How do
Like you
do
fell
your size
chasing
now?
a.
I was at the
mugger.
beer garden. There's no story about it. There was a
Yeah,
There's
Yeah.
always a story. There's always a
Yeah,
story. There
I
really
walked.
is.
I walked in the shadowy tree of darkness at like
Nope.
8:00 at night,
It's still closed. I just
and I
pulled
ate
off the new
shit.
skin and
Those
just
are
replaced
down.
it. So.
You know what you do
Oh,
is you take the new skin and then you take tissue paper, like you buy a piece of toilet paper, and you take a little spot and put it on there. It makes like a little web around it.
No.
Believe me, I did all kinds of like I did that on that one.
Mhm.
And when I was in
I did the one on my thigh.
high school and we were skating all the time.
Don't use new skin on a big open wound. I'll tell you.
Well, no, we always used just regular super glue on.
Yeah, super.
ones.
That's what I used.
It always worked fine.
It's great because now they got the little pipettes of like super glue,
Mhm.
little tiny ones. I just throw those in my bag. Something really bad.
Yeah,
happens.
some poor son of a bitch fell asleep at a sleepover one time, and
Don't
all the
tell me.
skaters glued his eyes shut. Oh
That's
no!
fucked up. I thought you were gonna say he's gonna glue his.
He was
pee-pee
so
hole shut.
drunk and was so passed out. Yeah,
Pee-pee hole shut.
so
would
when
be
he was
funny.
asleep, because he had really big like long eyelashes,
Dude, I want to go shoot that
So
guy
they
in the
glued
fucking
it?
head.
they glued it at the eyelash because the only way he could get it done is his girlfriend came over
You cut the
and
eyelashes.
took clip buzzers and so he had eyelashes glued under his eye and no eyelashes.
That
on
ain't
his
friends.
eye.
I'd never hang out with them motherfuckers ever again.
So fucked up.
I mean, you want to put a dick on my cheek or something? You know, like the marker. Hey, okay.
Oh
fine.
no, that you do
But,
without
like-
being drunk, man. It was a rowdy crew, pretty
Wouldn't do
rowdy
that.
crew. They were my same kind of like
I'd never. hang
same
out
kind of
with
like
motherfuckers
paintball
again.
crew. We're all kind of all fucking degens. Definitely
Dude,
fucking.
Is this guy
degens.
gotten worse or what, dude? The guy with the bass over there.
That's not where it's coming from. His shop's over there. So
I
what
didn't know
happens
that.
is like when people come to pick up their cars, they start pulling out
Oh.
and around, and they've got their bass
Well,
bumping.
they need to pull out and leave,
Sounds like every date I've ever had.
just like a Tinder
You're
date.
welcome.
Just
You
like
need to pull out.
What was going
Get-
on?
Get the fuck out.
just like a grinder date. Pull out and
You
get
need to
out.
pull out.
No,
and
just
you
be like
need
a
to
panda.
leave.
Eats bushes, shoots, and leaves.
And on that note,
It's the bullshit.
I get mine, roll over, and go sleep.
I would say it's probably milliseconds. Welcome back, everybody. We have 2 more sessions left for the year. So we'll meet next week and the 19th, and that be it, folks. Then we are off, and we will not meet again. Well, the question is, we'll be back by the 2nd, but do we want to meet the 2nd, which is the day after New Year's? Or should we let it go and come back on the 9th? Because Monday's not coming back till the 8th.
Come back on the 9th, because
I have to
then
check my
I'm always
schedule with
good
my
for
employer.
Right.
You have an employer? You're retired, motherfucker.
well, no, those weeks I get off with my wife because she's
Oh,
she's
that
off.
employer.
She's off work.
Gotcha.
So-
That employer.
I get to hang out with her one of the few times.
All right, so plan on the 9th.
Nice.
So Monday's back on the 8th, and we'll be back on the 9th.
Did you get Ryder in here?
Yes,
Yeah.
it did. Because we're live, motherfucker. We're live.
Doing it live.
Bitches and stitches. Coming back after a long break, too. We took 3 weeks off.
Something like that.
28th, 21st, and the 14th. Maybe?
Yeah, I screwed us out of the last game.
Or the 21st and the 28th.
The last notes I have are on the 14th.
Wish you guys.
Okay, yeah, so we took the 21st and 28th off.
You guys should just play.
Go fig.
Yeah, we needed our
Go fig.
goblin.
You needed our voice of reason.
That's a voice of reason. That's what you're going with?
Maggot, the voice of reason.
So where
Yeah,
we
the
last
reason not to
left
do this.
off, the team had decided to investigate this Danica person. And while heading out to Geyser Lake to see,
No.
we're getting there.
Okay.
As we were heading out to Geyser Lake, you guys had come up with a plan because you came across a series of knoll encampments. Deciding or assuming they were bad, you guys then convinced a group of villagers that they were about to be raided by these gnolls, and therefore the villagers assaulted the knoll encampments while you went after the main encampment in hopes of discovering who this Danica was. The only thing you did discover was perhaps some of them were bad, because you discovered they were in the process of smuggling a great deal of coins into some of the other kingdoms, and they seemed to also be potentially linked to the other information you had discovered in regards to smuggling of weapons and material and explosives within the other kingdoms as well. Takit had an opportunity to speak with Danica and learned that it turned out that he had a small village somewhere upon which he was given carte blanche to experiment and work on some pretty rare and diabolical magic during his younger years. Which there's some background there that may come out in the future. Don't know. The team, after defeating the gnolls, searching the encampments, and having the conversation with Danica, had decided to make their way over to the Geyser Spring swamp. And no, actually went back to the city first. Went back to Drift, sold off a bunch of stuff, did some last minute shopping, and then wrapped up your affairs at the Drift. And where we last left off, you guys are currently on your way to the edge of Geyser Swamp in hopes of locating Nightshade somewhere out in the midst of Geyser Swamp. And I believe it's early morning when you set off as well.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, as you guys look over your shoulders, watching the Drift kind of load up the last of people coming on board or people going off board, you get about an hour's experience of watching this massive city built, or this massive town of halflings built on the back of a sauropod, beginning to just kind of wander off into the horizon as their next point of contact seemed to be somewhere out in Center Point, while you guys are heading toward the edge of the Geyser Swamp. Early morning. It's been an hour since you left the Drift behind. Everyone give me survival checks. You do have a map from Nightshade, correct? She gave you like a location map. She's in the center of the swamp, near a large grouping of swamp trees in her airship above the trees, I think. Somebody was given that. 6? Okay.
So,
Meet her in the Geyser Mound / Vale. Leave tomorrow night, 1.5 miles north. Small clump of trees amidst the fields.
when it's convenient for you, I do my familiar cast.
We could say it was during the hour. Oof.
19.
Is that a dog fart?
Probably.
Whew. Someone should stop feeding their dog broccoli.
There you go.
Luckily. Unluckily, somebody's feeding broccoli.
And it was 1,000 plat now and 2,000 plats later.
For what?
Platinum for the completion.
Oh, yes. Once you get to Nightshade, she'll pay you.
There. And then when we get
Pay you there, and then once the job is complete, she'll pay you
She'll
at
murder
the
us.
end of the completion of the job
She'll
as
murder
well.
us. She'll murder us.
Why don't you go and take a nap? I'll pay you in the morning.
Here,
Wake
drink
up
this
with
tea.
a second set of smiles.
Maggot's done it. Maggot's done that enough to hookers to know that's a bullshit line.
But you drink it for her anyways. You just you're natural. Turn over the Or no, it was the other one.
You drink
the-
her boot sweat.
Oh,
Maggot really appreciated that one. So survival 6 for Takit,
19.
19,
17.
17,
10.
10,
23.
23. Question: are you riding Belfry?
Yeah.
You have advantage.
Do you want me to roll again then?
Yep.
That sucks.
I'm gonna put this away before I use it by accident.
I would be flying.
Put perma marker on everything.
23 is the best one.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
would be
But I-
flying
Would you be flying?
because I'm usually flying.
Okay. You have advantage.
I didn't do the ring.
So you're flying as well?
Yeah.
Okay, you give me advantage.
I got a 19.
Gotcha, 19.
Yeah, no, 19.
Okay.
That's a 1.
That's a
That's a 1.
With you in the lead, per usual, we're watching as everybody else is. Are you guys on horses or carts? I don't remember. You sold all that
I think we
off,
sold
right?
We sold all the
Yeah,
carts
we
off.
kept
You sold-
one of the carts.
Oh, yeah, we kept one
We did?
cart so
Yeah,
that
we kept one cart with the 2 horses
for travel.
Yes, you did.
travel.
Okay.
Yeah, for traveling. So, from what you can tell, looking forward, most of what you're crossing right now is like that dried beginning edge of swampland. Like you could tell that in about an hour it's
It's
going to
got
be
the kind
wet.
of plants, but it's not wet yet.
It's not wet yet, and you know in about an hour you're probably going to have to abandon the wagon. From your vantage point, there is a swamp, kind of like a vapor of like yellow and kind of gray gas that's kind of collecting every time, and then you see explosive geysers from time to time. Some of them are small, some go like 100 feet up in the air, and there's a acrid kind of sulfury smell, like that kind of harsh water smell. So you guys have about an hour till you get to the edge of the swamp at this point. You do see creatures flying in and out of the swamp of various kind of like bird-like creatures, reptilian-like creatures. There's a brief moment there that when you look to your right and about half a mile out towards the other edge of the swamp, you can see a rather large accumulation of the swamp gas swirling like something very large flew through it. Like you know when Belfry flies and little
Like that
like
vortex?
contrails go
Yeah.
behind you.
Right.
This feels like something very large flew through that section of the swamp.
Did we get
Like a flying
map
boat?
from my cousin? 'Cause I'm trying to recall as much as I can, but all I can remember. is
Yes.
names.
You do have maps from your cousin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's like.
But most of the maps you have are of greater eastern. Like she gave you maps that would make it easier for you to travel throughout the Devil's Grin, throughout Center Point, throughout the recent region you're in. She gave you like kingdom tier maps.
So I'll make a note of like which way that is, because that might have been a ship or something maybe that went through.
Maybe. I mean, you're
Oh,
high
that's
enough to
fucking
also
perfect.
see the pearlescent kind of rotating atmo bit of land that's like very, very high up. But because of the fact it's clear out and the way the sun's hitting the massive floating island, you could see it glints off of it. You can see the heavy amounts of the the luminary shards that make up its foundation. It's always kind of this soft blue and white light pulse that's like persistent. Kind of like when you look at a planet that's close to Earth and you got that shine to it, and you could tell it's different.
Right.
So even though it's way out there, I mean, you guys can see it even during the day. It's easier to see at night, but Atmo right now is like it's reasonably easy to see during
Well, I'll
the
use
day as
the
well.
I'll use the telescope and the
Okay.
map to get a map, and then I'll take the map to them so they can look.
Spyglass.
Yeah, spyglass.
Okay.
Then I do the map of which way we're going to go, and then go back down and tell them
Okay.
that, hey, we're going to have to ditch that wagon. Swamp's coming up.
All right.
Can we take the horses?
Probably not.
Also, there looks like there's some geysers. There's some kind of hot water.
So
Blowing
that's
out.
We're all
blowing out of the water in the swamp every once in a while at different intervals. So
You know, it's the circle of life. We'll let the horses free you.
it'd be fun to watch like a horse just get like boiled.
I mean, and by the time that Maggie comes back, slows you guys down, you're within about 20 minutes of the edge of the swamp. And now you can see kind of like all those kind of swampy clumps of trees all over the edge of the embankment. Although the gas sits about 3 feet high, it's very difficult to see into the gas level. But you could see like 10-foot, 20-foot trees leaning in various states of decay. But every now and then you feel a tremor, and then you see just like a random geyser out of the fog.
They're
How far
varying
up do they
degrees.
shoot?
They vary. The one that you just saw looked to be about 20 feet.
20 feet?
Depends how excited they are.
All right.
How long since
Bad Ivar. Bad Ivar.
Wait, unhitch the horses.
I haven't erupted in 3 weeks.
That was way worse. Thank you.
Sounds like
There's two blue rocks
And
next
every
to one. Run!
They start to flash.
Now, between your two
Do you touch the
perception
blue
check,
rocks?
as you were coming in to speak with Maggot, as you were coming in to speak with Maggot, you notice it's like the landscape is the closer you get to the swamp, the harder it is to see into it, even in the daytime. Like it's mid-morning at this time by the time you arrive at the edge.
It's vapory. It's fun.
Yeah, and Talia is like she's letting go the horses, and you guys are checking all your equipment and your gear, kind of abandoning what you don't want to take and hitching up what you want to take in. As you guys stand on the edge, that's when you notice that your feet sink into the muck about maybe like 2-3 inches at first. But that's when you also notice that the swampy mire is kind of a gray-green color. And the vapor is more steam because now it's humid. So even though it's like the winter season for Calisha, it's unusually warm.
Got
right
it. We're in
here.
Georgia.
Any chance was one of the horses white named the train?
Our tax.
Our tax. No, the brown one was a tree, and the white one was our tax. There you go. Let him free.
Where are we headed to?
the
The
swamp.
ship.
Oh,
The airship.
all right.
Lady Nightshade.
Nightshade.
Don't be
Chick that almost killed you.
She said hello by putting a dagger between your ribs.
Yeah. So we got hired to guard them.
You got hired to escort something that you never heard of. They're referred to as a human child and an
Pink goblin.
elven
Yeah, the pink
individual as well.
The pink goblin.
Yeah, Maggot refers to it as a pink-skinned goblin.
goblin. I mean,
Alex, a pink goblin. And it was a little bit older.
It looks tasty.
Yeah, the skin doesn't look so tough.
And it was taking the
Well.
pink goblin to Sunder.
Correct, because Atmo's way off to your south, and Sunder's closer because that's where she came from. Sunder is only about a day away from where you currently are, if even that. 'Cause that's where she originally came from.
Sunder's another.
Sunder is one of the floating islands, and Atmo's another floating island. There's 4 of them. And in the winter season, Atmo and Sunder are in this part of the equinox on this side of the continent. But Atmo's a lot further further south, and should begin within about a month or two, start its rotation out of this part of the continental relationship to the east versus the west. Because in the west, you have the other 2 flying luminary shard islands, which is Wyndham. Oh, I'm sorry. Wyndham and Erlin are the other 2. Right now, Sundered and Atmo make up the eastern areas.
Fly?
yeah, but I have an idea.
Okay.
I can contact Nightshade and see which direction we're supposed to fly, so we get a straight route there.
Okay.
You gonna do a sending out to her?
Yep.
Okay. What are you saying?
Hello, Miss Nightshade. This is the group you spoke to at the bar the other night. We are currently at the edge of the swamp and want a direction to go.
No reply. You feel the spell connect, but no reply.
She said a mile and a half north.
Of where Drift was beforehand.
Yes.
But Drift had suddenly moved for a few hours that previous day. So you're now more north, and you figure you probably have to go south and probably southeast in about 2 or 3 miles at this point, maybe even a little further.
So south 2 or 3
Well,
miles.
she didn't respond, but
Southeast.
I know the new Obscura book. It's got 6 more character classes, 8 more.
So cool. Okay, sorry.
It's a cool little book too. I have it all digitally, so I can always share it with you guys digitally.
I just want to see what all the classes are because I would like to
You're
remake
a whore?
Rocco.
You're a character.
Roscoe to
Roscoe.
remake Roscoe to a.
So let's go southeast. Flying.
So 3 of you can fly.
The other ones are asked out. See ya. No, I can take one person.
Yes,
We all taken one person.
that's true.
Yeah.
You've taken.
one of the
One of the halflings.
One of the halflings.
You take one of the halflings, or you take Takit. Because Belfry's a little bit stronger, and and you're small.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
okay. So at this point, how high up over the swamp do you guys want to fly at?
Say 40.
50?
No. How far up have we seen those things shoot?
So far, when you scouted out the area, the tallest geyser you saw was about 90 feet.
So about 200 feet up.
Okay. So as you guys takes a while to get up to that height, and now you're way above the vapors of the gas, kind of like, and you get the feeling,
Just doing,
and you get the feeling that all the swampy and the gas and everything is from the constant eruption of the geysers. So as you get up to your maximum height of 200 feet, you notice that all the geysers are kind of, going off every now and then as you guys kind of drift towards the center. Everyone give me perception checks. Because you're all flying, you all can have advantage as you're looking for the center mass, the trees.
Perception?
21.
Okay.
26.
15.
21.
Okay.
18.
Okay. So as you guys are kind of in your lineup, floating over, watching the geysers come up and down, all you could see beginning to kind of like shoot out of the center of the mist and in the middle of the swamp, you could see a group of exceptionally large trees that look like they've all kind of collapsed into each other, and they've all kind of gradually, like those Carolina swamp trees get, where they can grow like in with each other, and they keep going, and it kept going like up and up and up, maybe about 150 feet tall, this grouping of trees. Floating above the grouping of trees at this kind of like where the canopy is, where they're all grouped together, you can see an airship, and it's tethered to a section of the tree that kind of jets up a little bit taller than the canopy itself. You can see the luminary shard engine kind of pulsing like it's in an idle condition, but you don't see any people or any sign of anything. You guys are currently now floating around it. You don't see anybody on the ship or in the canopy.
Oh, ship.
I'll land.
Avo land.
As you guys all land on the airship, looking around, no sign of anybody.
I look around. Is there any foul play involved here?
Give me investigation.
Blood spatters, anything?
What do you
like
do with Belfry? You sending her back out to keep an eye out on things?
We got a long rest and we're all healed up, right?
You should be, yeah. Ivar, what is Maggot sending Belfry back out, or is
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she's out.
I'll
Okay,
take a look around too.
Okay.
Well, I told her stay
Investigation.
close by in case I need to jump on you.
So Maggot and Baruch.
I'm keeping an eye out.
Give me perception again.
Investigation.
You're not flying, but you have height. Being up in the ship. So
I only
you
got
have
a
advantage
12
on
on
that.
my investigation.
12. Okay.
Ooh, I got a natty 20.
Plus
24.
15.
15. What are you doing to keep while the others are searching the vessel?
Also, just looking around.
Okay. Give me perception then if you're just kind of looking at the condition of the ship and
I don't think you.
Perception 16.
16. Okay.
27.
27. Nice. So who got the 24? That was you. So as you're keeping an eye out, kind of just keeping an eye out beyond where you guys are currently on the airship, it's a little strange. Like you're looking around, and when you were originally approaching the swamp, you could see a lot of kind of like creatures flying about and a lot of activity. From the ship looking outward, you don't see any birds. You don't see any like looking at the canopy of the tree is massive. I mean, it's a lot of cover, a lot of foliage, but nothing's crawling in or out of it. You don't see any birds or swamp creatures like perched up on the branches. It's devoid of any wildlife, which has you a little freaked out.
Table attacker.
What'd you do?
Table attack.
How does my table attack you? It weighs 1,200 pounds.
It's a mimic.
You know, it's secretly just one slut.
What'd you do?
See, Hooch?
And I was like, ah! And started bleeding.
Okay,
Dang
the only
this.
thing is it just started shooting out the top now, so don't point it at you, point the top at you.
Don't point it at you. Point the top at you. Sounds like good old fashioned
Don't look directly
1950s
into the
engineering.
Feels so good, too. Burns so good, too.
Especially when you shoot it in your eye.
For Hans and Alva,
You can do it.
while you're watching the others kind of wander around and either keep an eye out on things or investigate the ship, you're the first one to see it. There's a very large coagulated blood trail
I mean, like on my phone. No.
at the top of the stairs that lead down into the hold. It looks like something was killed at the top of the stairs.
Oh, indicate the cup check. Check it out.
By the way, it stings.
That just means it's good for you.
Not with that.
It hurts so good.
All of you hear Hans or Alva kind of point towards the stairs that lead
Well, it's
down
Alba, 'cause Hans
into
is
the.
with,
Oh, yeah, I think Hans is still with you.
I dropped.
Oh,
Everybody landed.
so we're back together.
Yeah.
I'm looking out. There's no bird activity. There's no nothing. There's no noise. There's nothing in the tree.
Yeah, well, blood. There's blood.
I'm gonna go check it. How old is it?
It's recent, within the last 24 hours. Partially dried with a little bit of coagulation to it. At least a couple people died here.
This
But-
I
is too
put my-
much. This is
I
too
pull out
much
my
for the person
hand
to have
crossbow
lived.
and be like,
Somebody die.
pull out my hand crossbow. I'm gonna go down the stairs. See
Okay.
if I can see something.
You guys watch as Maggie kind of steps over the blood, and your first step onto the stairs. Yeah,
Feels good.
it's super slick with like,
Yeah.
and you feel the blood kind of squish a few inches up into your boots, like around your boots. And that's when the smell hits you. And as you start going down the stairs, looking inside, give me a perception check, if you would, please.
I'll follow.
I'm
27.
leaning over and looking down
27.
27?
off the side of the ship to the ground.
Okay.
16.
16 for,
I'm behind.
you're behind Talia, so you're coming in behind Talia. Yep. So as you can hear Talia and Baruch behind you, and you're coming down, you make it down to the base of the stairs. When you get down to the base of the stairs and you start looking, the hold, you can see the impressions of where crates used to be. And the entire hold is about 6 inches with blood, just 6 inches deep in blood. And you could see that it's splattered up along the interior of the hold. All the cargo here is gone. Like, it's all gone. You don't see it anywhere. But you still haven't seen any visceral remains yet. Like, there's no physical remains. To keep, as you look over the edge of the boat or over the airship to look down towards the ground, hanging out of a porthole on the side of the airship, you can see a rope hanging about 50 feet down, like somebody escaped out the porthole.
Okay.
And it's long enough and close enough that there's a section of branches down below that someone could have made it over if they tried to. But so far, no physical remains. All you're seeing down in the main hold is a lot of just old coagulated blood. Talia, as you look, this is more than a cruise worth. This would be the equivalent of like 20, 30 people dying down here, if not more. It's almost like a sludge of blood at this point.
All right, I go back upstairs.
Boots are ruined.
This is gonna take a while to get out. We may have shit now.
Right?
All right, I'm gonna go. He's told me about the rope. I'm gonna go see where the ropes came from.
Okay. So,
Yeah. Okay.
So you see Takit over the edge, calls you over. As you look over, you can see a rope coming out of the porthole. It's near a section of the trees that are kind of exposed down below. The hum of the airship, it kind of thrums and kind of, even though it's attached to the stanchion, it kind of has that hovering feel. Looking down, you can see like bloody footprints on some of the branches where someone climbed down that rope, swung over to the branch, and you can see the bloody remains of their footprints.
I'll climb down the rope.
Give me acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
You're not by the porthole.
Acrobat. I said I went down to the porthole to where it went out.
Is the porthole in the room covered in blood?
You can go down and find out.
Well, I was in the room covered in blood.
You're down in the cargo hold.
Got it.
22.
Okay, so it's a different level.
Different level, different room of the ship.
A 22.
22. Okay. You guys anybody looking over the edge would see Maggot kind of tightly squeeze out of a porthole about this round, and is now kind of hand over hand lowering themselves down the end of the rope. As you get down to the end of the rope, you can see that the canopy of the trees at this point are fairly solid. There's maybe about a 20, 30 foot landing for you to swing yourself over to, but it's about a 15, 20 foot swing to get over there.
Okay.
Acrobatics with advantage because you're using the rope to kind of help you.
Okay.
Belfer's out on guard duty.
I still got a 16.
Are there any other rooms in the?
Yeah, there's a
So you wanna
lot. Yeah,
search?
you want to start searching the ship itself?
16.
Okay. 16. You kind of do an awkward 13th warrior kind of swinging over. And you kind of
I
land.
watched that movie.
I know. I
It's
watched
so
it today.
good.
I watched it
13th
today.
Warrior?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of my favorites.
Dude,
And
I saw Godzilla today.
I saw it. It's amazing, isn't it? Was I right?
You were right about that movie. Dude. That,
Wait.
go see Godzilla -1. It is fucking
It's life altering.
incredible.
It's a life altering movie.
I don't know about life altering, but it's an incredible movie.
The characters are amazing.
The characters' depth,
so amazing.
the depth of the characters make the movie.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
It's a good depth.
Absolutely. It was amazing. I'm glad you noticed that part too. I was a little worried. You get kind of what do they call it when you become antiseptic. You become kind of homogenized to the idea that characters can be interesting with a lot of the movies that we get nowadays.
That's the problem with any kind of. I'm sorry, I'm getting off subject here, but any of the new movies, the Marvel movies, any of these movies,
There's
don't
no
have the depth
investment.
of character.
Yeah, there's just no investment.
Right. There's no investment in. Why do I care about these characters?
Yeah, they're superheroes. They can do whatever they want.
Right. I'm glad they took back Godzilla from the Americans because we fucked it up. So anyway, go ahead.
So, investigation as you're investigating the rest of the ship. You managed to land a little bit of bump on your ass when you land. but you make it over to the landing spot on the trees.
What do the little footprints look like?
Give me a survival check as you look at them.
25.
25. Okay. What are the rest of you doing at this point?
25.
Bounced it off my brain.
25 for survival. Okay. So you're looking over the edge, watching him get across, and he went down the rope over to the trees, the clump of trees sticking out towards the ship.
I'll watch till I can't see him anymore.
Okay.
I'm looking
So
for
he's like looking around and kind of examining. So you're keeping an eye on him. She's down in the main ship checking all the other rooms.
she found some chocolate, apparently. I'm gonna be looking around.
Turn the ship over so
We're
it
like,
leaks out.
It's a ship. They may have like a secret compartment somewhere.
So you're gonna investigate the ship as well.
Yeah.
Okay. What's Hans and Alva doing?
Making sludge snowman.
So gross. So gross.
Making gore angels.
You know, I
Gore
would
angels.
expect that from
Gore
I would
angels.
expect that from you. Yeah.
It feels like Christmas.
Scoops it up.
Crazy.
Every
19?
time Maggot murders
Okay.
someone, an angel gets his wings.
Call back when we went to the camp with the cage and Nightshade had already been there. I did a spell. Was it see invisible and detect invisible or something like that? I didn't see the human, did I?
No, there were manacles. There were remnants of somebody being
Yeah,
there.
but I didn't have like a
No, the only person that's actually seen both the elf and the pink goblin is Maggot when he investigated down that hallway and met Nightshade for the first time.
We
check like some rooms.
we met
Okay, give me
her.
investigation.
We met Nightshade at
Take
the
a bucket and a mop with
You did.
Yeah, right. We're just gonna.
He met her at a different. He met her up at the tower.
Yeah, but we met Nightshade.
At the
Yeah, but we met Nightshade afterwards
correct.
at the bar.
Right.
the blueberry.
But Maggot's the only one that's seeing what she is currently smuggling.
I did see the Elven rooms.
Yes. And you know them historically from your magical studies. But they're not
Call it
anything
a
that's practiced on this on Calisha. 23. Okay.
Order a pizza, get a little human.
Nice. So for you, Talia, as you spend some time down the hold, your first area that you come through is the galley. It had been left mid meal. So like you could see as if the galley was preparing a meal for the crew. But it's all left exactly as it was. No sense that the food was ever served. No sense that anyone finished the meal. No one's cleaned up. The luminary shard that powers the cauldron is still bubbling. So the cooking setup and everything is still active.
Someone left the stove.
Basically, I mean the
Turn it
whole
off.
yeah. I mean, well, you can't really
Oh, okay.
because it's a magical
Bill's
device.
gonna be a bitch. I don't know.
Yeah, you pass through the galley and you get into the forward commons deck where you see all the hammocks hanging between the posts. They're all blood soaked but empty. And you could see blood like remnants, like they streaked into the room and then streaked out. So there's no blood on the floor, but there's blood up on the ceiling and in the hammocks.
Great.
You can see their foot lockers all locked. None of them opened. But no remains, no one, no bits, no bobs, no nothing left behind. So while she's looking at the galley and the upper commons deck, you guys have already been down into the main hold. You see the main hold for the first time because you were up above. So you just, like
Careful,
if you
it's
go all the way down,
squishy.
you'll be waist high in blood. So you kind of
It's squishy down here.
so while
Wanna
she's
kick
looking
back?
up at the forwards commons deck, you guys kind of turn back and you guys begin to investigate like the aft portion of the airship, which is the captain's quarters. And then right above it would be the helm's deck where she would pilot the ship. The first thing you notice is that the captain's door is partially open and the center of the door is splattered with blood and almost like a 3-foot sized handprint, just like up against it. The door's open where the door would normally be latched. It's like shattered inward. And kind of like as you look into the captain's quarters, you could see her bed, see all of her furniture. Everything is intact, except right on the other side of the door, there's like a 3-foot radius globule of blood, like something was there and then left. But you notice that the captain's furniture is all open. You also notice that her 2 rear windows are partially open, and there's another rope hanging out the aft window as well.
I'm doing it. Is there a hat?
There's hats hanging. Yeah, still there.
I'm gonna find the gaudiest hat.
One of her plumage hats. You
Yep.
kind of pluck it and put it on. It does not improve your looks.
No,
at
it doesn't. No, but I feel about it. And that's all that matters. Is how I feel about it.
As he puts on the hat and starts feeling good about himself, there's like this feeling of emboldenment. Like you just suddenly feel really good about the situation. You're no longer afraid, as you've been bolstered. For the next hour, you have advantage on all ability checks.
I'm keeping the fucking hat. Don't know what it does, but I'm keeping the fucking hat. Okay, and I'm gonna go. And about this time when we're looking out, do I see, like, relative? Would I be seeing Maggot? This, like, if I look out, can I see Maggot?
If you look out the aft window, you cannot see where Maggot went because it
Okay.
gives you a different perspective.
Okay.
You're looking at the huge, like, wiry set of tree trunk that curls up and over, and it's currently holding the airship in place. There's a rope and interwoven cable chain, like a iron rod chain attached. But
So
this
it's
is the closest you've been to the engine. So as you lean out, you can see the 2 luminary shard engines in their like brass and copper kettle baffles down below. And you can see the luminary shard rock that's tucked inside of them and the enchantment just kind of pulsing down below. So the ship's still active as far as you can tell.
So, as he found such fancy hat, it's basically saying that the captain was a female. I would like to see if
No.
like
You? Somewhere?
Give me another investigation check as you search the captain's quarters.
or something.
I mean, I could have really played to the character, but like, I find any punt is. Yeah, that's totally broken.
Oh, I got a 20. Plus 4, so 24.
24.
I don't like it.
While Baruch is kind of like examining the aft of the ship and kind of has his head out and he's looking around, that's when you realize all the drawers, everything is turned over in such a way that someone left in a hurry. But scattered on the floor by the dresser, by one of the dressers where the drawer was pulled out and it partially fell down, you can see something hanging out from underneath the dresser drawer, and you can see about a dozen gold coins on the ground.
Do these coins have any like specific markings as to where they're
They are Sunless Coast coins. About a dozen of them. And there's something hanging from underneath the dresser drawer that's partially leaned out.
taken out?
Okay. It's a folded up piece of parchment.
I'll try my best to not get like goop on it or blood. Just kind of like.
Where's your hand? Where's your hand? Press this.
Well, that makes it a lot easier.
Just like, yeah, just start cleaning.
It is an encrypted message. You'd need a cipher to be able to figure out what it says.
I think all the way I had one trying to decipher that one letter, and I'm all like,
Yep.
she'd be just looks out like. So I'll put her in my pocket and just kind of.
As you stand on the edge of the outcropping of trees and bramble,
Okay.
You look down. You're a good 150 feet up in the air. You could see to keeping an eye on you. You could also see Belfry just kind of flourishing back and forth, keeping an eye on things. She hasn't made any warning calls yet.
Okay.
No sign of the others, just to keep kind of watching you. He kind of waves at you like that. You look.
It snuck up on me.
What did?
I'm proud of you.
Oh, woo.
It snuck up on me.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
I thought they picked up garbage.
Jack, let's go with
I'll pay for that one later.
extra teeth.
So as you stand there, Maggot, looking, the way the tree's overgrown and all the branches and everything are overgrown, it kind of forms a tunnel entrance. Looking, you can see what was one set of footprints that you at first saw. Now it's two set. And they look familiar to you. One looks like that elven set of footprints, you remember?
Mhm.
And the other one looks like the small pink goblin set of footprints. Hey, are you guys here? No response.
Okay, I'll move in.
Okay. It's dark. Do you have dark vision?
Mhm.
Okay. As you begin to move in, your eyes begin to adjust. And now you can see that the interior of this canopy is almost like a series of small hovels. And as you step inside, there's like a chair, a small table, a small little footlocker that's open with some food rations kind of hanging out of it. And then you see 3 sets of small, narrow stairways that lead out of this entry point. The center stairway, you can see a continuation of the set of footprints. It's almost like when the person climbed down, they were carrying the smaller person, and now they're both walking, because you can see 2 sets of footprints start to go up
I'll follow.
into the center staircase. Are you being stealthy?
Yes.
Give me a stealth check.
Stealth check. That's good.
The key.
18, 20,
Can you
30.
detect magic on the
Nice.
this blood in the cargo hold?
Yeah, I was going to. As soon as I can't see Belt.
You just lose sight of Maggot. He looks over his shoulder up at you and then disappears into the branches and the boughs of the trees. You no longer have sight of him anymore.
Okay, yeah, I was planning to do that and specifically look for elven leaves.
Of course you
Are you doing detect magic then?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you bring the detect magic into focus around you, the bubble of energy pulsing out, you start walking
Sure,
around.
magic is everywhere because of luminary shards.
Well, the airship definitely gives you the evocation school, and you're aware of its magical properties. The coagulated blood and every sign of the blood carries no magical invocation at all. Nothing. Doesn't appear to be magic in any way.
Prestidigitative path, so I don't
Okay.
get all gross.
It reacts to it, so it cleans up and it sloughs off to the side. It's drying. The longer you stay here, it gets drier and drier. Give me investigations. You kind of examine the main deck a little bit more thoroughly.
Let's take a brush and paint the whole ship with the blood. So we've got plenty of it. We'll call it the bucket of blood.
Bucket of blood.
USS.
11.
The SS bucket of blood.
What'd you get?
11.
That's pretty good because you did move the blood aside. As you get to the prow of the ship, the very front where the blood's most dense and thick, you move it aside and you finally pick up on a hint of magic. And as you pick up on the magic, you focus the prestidigitation to clear the area. There is a give me an Arcana check as you stare at it.
It's like part in the Red Sea.
16.
There is a 5-pointed star. There's a circle around it with consumed componentry. There are, what languages do you speak?
I speak all of the common ones on this world because of the noble background.
So it varies.
So what else do you speak?
All of the common ones on this world,
But no other language?
from the nobles.
Missile, celestial.
So with
Right here, show
Elves don't exist here, so Elven.
common and one other language.
Yeah, but I have the noble, so it was you just let me have all of the ones that were common to Calisha. Calisha.
So as you look at the glyphs and the writing, it feels like a summoning circle, but you do not recognize the writing. It's not a language that you've ever been exposed to before.
We're right.
I copy it down in my book, and I cast it again just to see what happens. No. Yeah. Okay.
Other political.
Do I know of any? Have I heard rumors of throughout my necromantic learning? Of
Give me a
any-
history check. Yeah, see if you recognize anything about this.
Yeah, where I'm thinking like anything that controls blood and uses like
Did
blood
we all look at the
telekinesis.
one up on the mesa, or was it just me that saw the one on the mesa?
I think it
Was
was
it
just
history
you.
check?
Okay.
So it was a history check.
Correct.
H. So 18. 24. No, I saw the circle too. The circle that was because it had the elven crap on it on the mesa.
As you look at this, you know it to be a summoning circle. But because you don't necessarily recognize the invocation that was used, something was summoned here.
Yeah.
And this is also where the coagulated blood is at its thickest point. Something was summoned here, and it might be related to what you've seen, but you're not entirely sure what it was.
Do I know of any spells that do like blood telekinesis, or have I heard of anything like that? Or
It's whatever was here was powerful. Probably came from another plane of existence, and the residue of the blood is probably what they brought with them. But you've never heard of anything like that before in your life.
do I have any crow with you?
Yeah, he's there.
You recognize this?
Kind of looks at you, looks at the blood, tilts its head to the left and right. Its golden eyes kind of blink one at a time. No, not fake, not fake.
Thank you.
Hey, Keith.
Yeah.
You done down here?
Almost.
Check out my hat. It's cool.
Nice hat.
Get around.
Nice hat.
Act like that.
It brings out your cheekbones.
He saw detect magic going on, didn't he?
Is it
Yeah.
magical?
Is what magical?
His hat.
Yes, it is. So as he comes out of the aft of the ship,
It's cursed.
coming out of the captain's quarters, and he steps into your bubble of detect magic, it's enchantment magic that's on it.
Nice hat. Magic. Enchantment.
Yeah, I know it's magically enchanting. It makes me look great.
You notice that Hans and Alva have a dopey look on their face. Their eyes are a little glossed over like they've been in catnip.
Well, technically,
Halfling knit.
But I'll be right back. I'm going to get some water.
Alva found a happy picture to decipher, so of course she's happy on Kevin. Hans is a little. He's happy because he found gold.
Do I find anything more in any of search?
Maggot disappeared down into the.
Looking at the commons deck, the galley, the gunnery deck, just kind of, it's almost like something happened very quickly, suddenly. There's no physical remains of any kind. It's very strange. And the blood pathing is controlled. Like it's not it's not like it's random. It's not like it's the remains of residue. There's just too much of it here of the people that might have been on the cruise ship.
Does it look like the people got turned into the puddles of
fuck.
poop?
What was that?
Did
What you do, man?
you
What
get the
happened?
dog?
Lego?
No, I didn't do nothing. I don't know what you did.
Did he headbutt you?
Did he
Oh, no.
know it moved?
No idea.
You forget he was
look, I
there.
don't know.
He just scared you.
Okay, so does it look like they got like there's enough that the bodies got turned into piles of goop, or
No, there's too much.
okay,
There's too much. It's very controlled. On the gunnery's deck,
it's
you
just
can
like they all
see
got-
like you see like 3 points of contact on the gunnery's deck, like something was taken and dragged away. Is what it feels like.
Can I roll a history check to think if we've ever, like, if ever, me and
Yeah,
ever heard,
we
like,
can give it a
I
history
mean,
check.
I know this is a ship, but we're not on the water. And the last time I heard about this, it was they were getting carried off by mer people or something like that.
or everyone else, a tiny mouse,
No.
space pirate mouse.
What were those little things that were coming out from the underside of that creature island, moving island?
Oh, God, those things so long ago. Yeah, they were like
Yeah, I hunted out
zombies.
8
They're like
with
fish
no
zombies.
Fish zombies. They were like fish zombies.
You've never seen anything like this at all. Not in your years of traveling, study,
Just only seen the inside
understanding of the world. Yeah, you've never
It was just-
seen anything like this at all.
of the coat. Everywhere, but just the inside of the coat.
After I'm done with my investigation, I'll take a quick run through, scanning for magic and looking for any elven runes.
Okay.
Precipitation roll, you have 2.
Say what?
Use the precipitation roll.
You, because that was a pretty good investigation check previously. As you backtrack, that's when you notice, coming from the opposite end of the commons deck, that the backside of the galley is deeper than the galley is shallow. And you kind of look at the wall and the wall behind the galley is hollow.
Can I find the trigger mechanism to open it? Or
Give me an investigation check as you try to figure out how to open the false wall.
It's not a false wall, it's a real wall.
She's down below.
It's a wall with a hole in it.
I'm giving her a
Guidance
hand.
myself.
Give me a round of
You
applause.
guide
How about
yourself.
giving me a hand here, Bob?
Yes.
Hand in a jar.
Just guiding yourself.
I guidance myself.
Taking them off.
I guide myself.
And I think
you, I
What
got
was it?
myself.
What was that?
Investigation.
Investigation.
When I think about you, I guide myself.
We're disrupting her calculations.
18.
Oh, that's a lot of thinking.
That was
for
a
small
parody,
number.
so
It was-
that is not copyright infringement.
Sorry, 18.
I know. You kind of follow the line of the hollow, and then at the very top, there's a piece of wood that pushes in, and it pops out, and you're able to kind of swing it around and open. It's a very small kind of under the staircase bedroom, kind of Harry Potter style. There's 2 beds, one that's normal size, one that's small size. 2 people were hiding in here. And everything in the room is like intact. No sign of any blood or anything at all. What's your passive perception?
14.
14? That'd be just high enough. There is a very strange, unfamiliar rune on the inside of the door. You do remember to keep describing it as an elven rune. So you see a rune that only Takit's recognized before through his studies. And that's what he's called it, but you don't necessarily what
Know what
it's related to. Yeah.
Sanskrit shit this is. So I'm going to call out for Takit. Hey, Takit.
You can hear Talia calling you from down below.
Takit.
As you come down the stairs, sure enough, you can see the false wall that's open. She's inside of a small room that would cater to 2 people, one normal size, one small. And on the inside door is an elven room. And it's a rune of protection.
We'll join them.
Oh, I know it's
Okay.
a rune of protection.
You know it's a rune of protection.
That's an elven rune of protection. I copy it down.
Okay. Give me performance. See how well you copy it down.
If I'm nearby him, does he get the weird little
Skill check.
No, it seemed like it only affected Hans and Alva. Like maybe it only works once per day.
20 not natural.
I mean, he's also weirdly undead, so
Dirty 20.
20 not natural. Yes.
What are you doing again? You're
Copying.
Copying.
copying it down. Yeah, you copy it down perfectly in your notebook. So you now have knowledge of what a elven protection rune would look like.
Okay.
Knowledge of 11 protection runes.
We'll just watch it.
Yeah, this is like probably this giant.
Yeah, that's elvish,
like
for sure. Protection rune.
I got a question. Is the feather like one of the like a big ass
It's a
peacock
mystical-
feather?
Give me a
Or like
nature check.
Or an ostrich feather.
Yeah, like an ostrich feather.
Give me a nature check.
I don't know what
I'm
elves
like
are,
more
but,
asking just for my.
or
Yeah,
elvish
no, give me
is,
a
but
nature
it's
check.
a type of magic.
I'm not gonna lie. Hans is like staring at that feather a lot.
I don't know that elves are a race. Do I? Just know there's a.
You
school
know
of
that
magic there's
you
elves.
know that there's a magical creature called elves, sometimes referred to as sylvan.
Dirty 20.
Um, and as far as you know, there are species that live on another plane of existence. It is a griffin feather.
Blonde.
You're the thumb of all things. I'm bleeding again.
All right.
Ah, God, my ribs.
You don't need those.
So maggot.
So
Giving them
yeah,
to other
maggot,
people.
maggot disappeared down into the trees. We should probably
Pull
follow
out my.
Maggot
Troll
went down
finger.
to the trees.
Yeah.
So maggot, as you're
Oh,
climbing the
well,
first
there's
set of
another
stairs,
rope that was
following
heading
the
that
bloody
way.
footprints up,
There is.
as
out of the captain's quarters.
you climb up, you get into another open room.
Mhm.
In this room, you could see that the footprints kind of lose their consistency, like they're getting more faded.
Mhm.
And in this room, there are a bunch of storage barrels, small boxes, iron crates, bits of like just like standard supplies to operate. Like rope and chain, and boxes of nails, and just like a lot of general goods and stuff in this room. And you could see somebody clean themselves off here because there's an old wadded up blanket covered in blood, like the same sludgy blood that you saw. But that's when you also notice some other footprints over by a kind of broken opening of the room that looks out beyond the edge of the canopy of the tree. Somebody came here, met up with them, and they crawled out the opening and down into the tree. And you get the feeling they might have gone back down into the geyser swamp. Give me another survival check as you look down and over the open branches.
20.
20. You can see the remains of a rope. And then you see the remains of another rope. Somebody has tethered rope after rope after rope after rope at different points of the tree until you lose it down in the fog. Somebody climbed down this tree.
Okay, I go back out.
Okay.
Call for Belfry.
Go back out on there. Belfry lands alongside you.
I get on.
Get on her.
I go back up to
The main
those
deck.
guys
Okay.
and just
Belfry
Sorry.
lands on the main deck.
2 people made it out of here. Looks like the same tracks of that little pink goblin. And probably that tall, thin person that was with him. They climbed down the tree. They're in the swamp somewhere.
Oh,
That left more Belfry was like trying to eat something, so that he was
So we probably need to go look for them.
Now let's go find them.
I mean, I
There
can
are
always try again and
It's all blood.
Another
No
way
bodies. No
here
bones.
on the ship.
No bodies so far.
No bodies, no bones.
No
We're gonna fly down
remains.
to the base of the tree
Make a blood golem.
You're gonna fly down towards the base. Okay.
where
I'll fly
that
down with
Okay.
rope came.
Are
in.
y'all going together or
Yeah.
Or
Give me a quick minute to finish scanning the ship.
give me a final investigation with advantage because you're using detect magic
guidance.
I'm going to go
and
ahead
you have
use
guidance.
I know this is stupid. I'm going to use another sending.
Okay.
Nightshade, we're on the ship. What happened? How can we help you?
God.
You feel it connect. No response. Give me a persuasion check this time, since you did do it a second time.
19. Dirty.
Okay.
Dirty.
Did he do guidance?
21.
Yeah.
Do the guidance that he
Yeah. Yeah.
Dirty 21.
30-21? Still no response. But the spell connects. She's not dead. She's on this plane.
Okay.
The spell's working. She just doesn't seem to want to respond.
I don't know if we're gonna stay on the ship. I was just gonna
Okay.
go back to Helmsy and help see if we can
Head up to the helm's deck. Okay.
see if maybe we can get the ship running.
Yeah, give me investigation as you examine the ship. Or the helm's deck, I should say. The rest of you are going down towards the base of the tree to see if you can find them, or
Assuming I found nothing.
so who's carrying Baruch?
You can
Or
fly.
I mean, who's carrying Taki?
With my roll, can I tell about how long?
If they're staying up,
Probably within the last. Everything feels like this all happened within the last 24 hours. Is what it feels like.
Right.
Okay.
Since she met with us or around the time that she met with us at the bar.
That was like 2 days ago.
this happened last.
You get the feeling this must have happened after she met with you guys and was waiting at her ship for you guys to come the following day. So this happened around the time that she would have been done talking to you, and she had gone back to her ship.
It's happened like right after we dealt with,
Did I get a feeling that this
or
might be
right
the
around
base?
the time of the.
It
No.
see like yeah. Give me an insight. See if everything that you saw gives you any more information than that.
17.
17. It feels like this feels like a smuggler's point, a jump off point, a collection point. And sees how you originally saw the airship come down like 3 days ago out of Sundered, and came down into Drift, had that conversation with whoever was, she was talking to, and you convinced her to have a conversation with you. You get the feeling that she brought her ship here to probably load up on supplies,
Right.
plan her next move, wait for you guys to show up, because as you're examining the helm's deck, there's a locker that's partially open and it's filled with maps. They're all navigation maps, like aerial navigation maps.
I was just all like, "Great, more maps.
More
More maps.
The helm itself, I don't know if you know what this is. You see something on the helm's wheel on each of the grip points that look kind of strange to you. There's markings. Give me an Arcana check as you examine the markings.
Biometrical lock system.
Close.
It's a breathalyzer.
Yeah, you hold it.
Yeah.
You blow
Oh,
across
no.
it.
No.
Yeah.
No,
That's
it's a erectile identification lock system. Click.
19. They are blood runes. You recognize them
We're making the ship
as
go.
evocation magic. That whoever is allowed to operate the helm is controlled through like a sacrifice of blood that they give to be able to operate the helm. So you get the feeling that the airship is attunement, and it also has some other magical characteristics that prevents it from being immediately stolen. I mean, figuring out is possible, but there's some complex protection on it for sure.
We have a bunch of blood on the deck. We could just
You don't even need to attune, so
It
yeah.
doesn't.
So while everyone else is preparing to go down, you do one quick perusal through the main deck of the ship.
Check the lockers, see if there's anything good, any good in it.
What concerns you is the lack of evidence, like the
wanna know
lack
by,
of stuff.
How many?
It's
Freaking
like
me out.
no sign of crew, No sign of a struggle. No sign. I mean, the only information you got from Baruch and Hans and Alva is it looked like someone broke in to the captain's quarters, but whoever was in the captain's quarters had already left out the back of the captain's quarters
I see the
and taken
trails
all
of-
of their stuff with them.
It's
Did I
just
see
a
the
tip.
trails of blood looking like they were
It's a candy cane,
blood
Shane.
moving towards people?
No,
Listen here.
not on the
guys.
main deck. Not on the main deck. Talia would have told you about the commons deck and the gunnery deck that was suspicious. And that would definitely kind of give you pause. Like at this point, you feel like something was summoned.
Bigger viewership. probably.
It went through the ship looking
right.
for something,
Our viewership will
took
go through
everything
that.
it found, and currently 3 survivors made it out. You get the feeling it's probably Nightshade, who's probably the captain of the vessel, and what Maggot calls the pink skinned goblin and the strange pointy eared
Something was something.
creature, which would be the Sylvan that you would recognize the description.
We gotta come up with a name like Pinky in the Brain. So Pinky and Pinky and Silver.
So who's all going with Maggot to go check down at the base of the tree? So Talia, you're going.
That's the new deal. So yeah,
Okay. So
there's nothing
Should-
else to do.
you're
If-
staying up on
if-
the helm's deck, or
If they're staying
Okay.
up here, should some like
because they're trying to see if they could code break the airship at this point. Trying to see if they can get
if
the
we can
airship.
get
to
the
work.
airship running, should we be able to contact everyone else, or because otherwise they're going to be up here flying blind?
Alva's in the back.
It's a free ship. We don't want to make Madam Nightshade mad at us.
But if it's fit,
It's her ship.
If she's dead
She's not.
yet,
I don't know
no,
that.
yeah,
Who needs a
she's
ship? We
she's
can all-
alive.
We can all fly. Who needs a ship?
Well, this is where we'll.
Not all of you.
Can I think of any-
You have a couple
Think of any
landlubbers.
magical way to set like an alarm or
An alarm spell?
Alarm spell.
Well, I don't know that. So.
I mean, if you have an alarm spell, you could use that. I mean, you know it's a spell that exists, but it may not be one that you've learned or practiced.
Yeah, I don't know yet. Unless I can do it as a ritual.
make sure it's just
If you know it, sure. Yeah, I have no problem
I
with
didn't
that.
take it.
Okay.
I didn't take it. Okay.
Well, we'll find the
I
we'll
have
find
a
the
list
Hobbit
of wording.
carcasses up the halfling carcasses up here.
That-
You'll know
that's
that somebody
explosive.
broke in.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
that one.
just leave the bird and make it just say, I love.
I can try contact one last time. And then I'm out of.
Yeah, you could leave the familiar up there. That'd be a really good.
If I do a spell as a ritual, I don't have to have it currently memorized, right?
If you're a
Correct.
ritual caster.
If you're a ritual caster, yes.
Wizard, sorry.
It's usually innate if you're a true glass cannon. You have ritual casting.
A glass.
And I will comprehend languages on that
Sorcerer, wizards, I think, or what's
pentagram.
What are you casting?
Comprehend languages.
Okay.
No, there's nature rituals.
So you're going to stay behind with Hans and Alva while these two go and check out the tree?
Yeah.
Rook,
Okay.
what are you doing?
Then if he's staying, I'm going with them.
Okay. So the 3 that can fly are heading down the tree and flying down towards what might be the last location that you might think they are
And
or where they were.
Try to pick up the trail.
Yeah. So you two give me perception.
Advantage?
No, because now you're in the fog on the ground
So straight.
in the vapor, so just regular
Yep.
survival for you.
I have
Is it perception?
Perception.
15.
15.
Yeah.
Okay.
18.
I'm
18?
currently up there casting a spell or doing a ritual around it, so you probably see that.
As you guys get down to the base, you're now in the swamp fog. You can also hear off in the distance, further away from where the tree is all wound together, because the ground here is a little bit more solid,
Uh-huh.
but you can hear the geysers further out. As all of you start looking around, you can see where the last bit of rope curls up on the ground. You can see a series of footprints that go from being 3 sets to 1 set of footprints. You
Are
see
they
the
deeper?
one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're carrying somebody.
They're either carrying somebody or carrying something. You're not entirely sure.
Okay.
And then there's a series of footprints that you follow along with Baruch. The two of you see them while she's checking around the rope and the tree area. You two follow the final set of footprints to the edge of the dirt and swamp when it starts becoming swamp again, and they just end at the swamp's edge. And it looks like it goes deeper into the interior of the swamp.
All right, I'm gonna get. How far? When I'm above the swamp, the gas just completely blots everything out. If I'm in.
Yeah, it's like it's thick and dense enough that you can't really see into it. When you're in it, you can see out to about like dark vision length. When you're in
60
it,
feet. Okay.
yeah. But when you're
Alright.
outside of it, it's a lot more dense, and the way the colorations of the fog are, you can't really see.
I'm gonna continue out and see if I can pick up their trail or like find things that maybe they broke or you know that kind of thing. Pick up their trail.
Okay. So you're going further out? Okay. Into the swamp? Okay. What are you and Baruch doing as you watch maggots start to go further out into the swamp?
Bye, maggot.
I don't want to live them.
Yoshi moment.
Yoshi moment.
Oh, well, we can go. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably fine.
That'll be
In
great.
the ship of death. We may want to go back and check them before we follow this trail.
You guys are you being stealthy?
Yeah, I want to be.
Okay, give me
wanna
a
be
stealth check
stealthy.
as you start to go into the swamp and
I don't know what's out here, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna be stealthy, light on my feet, in case one of those things decide to blow off next to
Okay.
me. I can like. Well, I'm rolling shit
You're
tonight.
not on your feet, you're flying.
No, I'm not.
no, because
You're
he
not flying. You're
no
in
Belfry went back up.
The water is like.
Stealth. 19.
19. Okay. As you go into the water, it's almost like that facial mud
Yeah.
consistency, like pea soup.
Yeah.
You kind of looking around, you move forward. It's because of your height, it's more up to knee deep for you at this point, but this will really
And I
get
just
that.
take off my boots, so it's just one less thing to have to deal with.
Okay, you've got them
boots
strung over your
sucking,
shoulder.
Yeah.
You got them laced up over your shoulder, and you roll up your pants so that it's like right at knee height deep for you,
Okay.
which wouldn't be that deep for the others. I mean, it'd be boot high deep for them, but you start kind of going a little further out, and that's when your feet squelch through the mud, and you can feel like gravel beds underneath.
Okay.
So you get the feel, and it's really hot. Like the water
Yeah.
is hot,
Yeah. Like,
not to the point where it's burning or scalding you.
like spa hot.
Yeah, like spa.
110
It's like a
degrees.
mud spa hot water.
Okay.
And
Mm.
you get the and you
Give myself
just,
a facial.
Yeah, you just kind of move
Not
a
the
little
hard way.
further in the direction that you think they might have gone.
I knew what you're thinking, you bastard.
Do you speak Thieves' Cant?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The only one that does.
You go about 100 feet out straight ahead. You lose sight of them behind you because the fog folds in
Right.
behind you. There is there's like a stone sticking up out of the mud, and someone has carved in the word follow in Thieves' Cant.
Okay. I will go back
Okay.
and tell them, hey, they're leaving markers. We need to follow them. So
Alright.
go get who you need to get and
Tell
follow
Belfry to
me.
Tell Belfry to pick up Takit without eating him.
I called Belfry. Go pick up Master.
Without eating him.
Don't. She can't eat him anyway. He's nothing good on him. Not like he's juicy.
Yeah, maybe the looks juicy, even if he's not juicy.
Whatever.
So
She'll figure
Takit,
it
they've
out.
been gone for about 10, 15 minutes at this point. As you cast Comprehend Language, you recognize
Kill room was here.
The writing's infernal, so you pick up on the fact that it's infernal. It seems to be summoning a creature that goes by the name of the Crimson Sovereign.
Oh, great.
Oh, I want to meet him so bad.
You don't know if it's referencing the name of something specific or if it was a spell that was like using description to pull something in.
Got it.
It could be a component name to the spell, but something used infernal writing, a summoning circle, and brought something in with the reference Crimson Sovereign written into the spell for summoning. It's a pretty powerful summoning spell. Above your pay grade. Definitely above your pay grade. It's at that point, Hans and Alva and you notice Belfry kind of land. And Belfry, and you're coming up to get Hans and Alva, right?
Well,
And Baruch's coming up to get the other one.
Yeah.
Yep. So as you're trying to figure out the Helms deck, it's engineered for attunement. And it's also engineered to like a blood oath styling of being able to use the vessel. There's not really a way that you can see to crack it currently.
I was like, is there anyone like, could she change the rune like a little bit, or like, like carve it?
I mean, carving it away, you think might actually make the helm not functional because it's one of her levels of protection that she's put on the thing.
I was hoping to hijack the boat.
No.
So as you guys pick, Belfry picks up Takit, you two pick up Hans and Alva, and then you guys all kind of circle back down. You're all at the base of the tree.
I'll lead him out to the rock.
Okay.
Do I have to walk?
Yeah, because you can do that stork thing.
You watch as Talia picks up a shellfish and starts cracking it on the rock.
No, because we're trying to be stealthy. No, because we're trying to be stealthy.
Mine.
I don't want to get avian flu.
I'll give you avian flu.
So you guys also notice that Maggot has taken his boots off. His pants are rolled up to like right above his knee level.
Yeah, all the same suit.
Okay,
I don't wear shoes.
that's
And then
fair.
we go out to that rock, and then is there
Bony
show?
So as Maggot guides you guys out about 100 feet into the swamp, he shows you the rock with the impression on it.
I don't follow suit. I
What do
just
you-
float above. Just
Hovers.
Like you walk on the mud.
yeah, just walk on the mud with a ring.
Oh, with the fly ring.
Yeah.
Okay. You're mostly bone and gristle anyways, so you probably don't want to get the mud in there. But you guys follow Maggot out to the stone, and he points at the mark. The mark is telling you to path a certain direction
Okay,
into the fog.
all right, I'll go that way.
Okay, so give me survival with advantage this time because you think you might have found
Guidance.
the path. You have a D4 for
Jesus
guidance.
Christ.
Can I read that too, since I can
I
read
can do
these
guidance.
kids?
Yeah, you confirm it. Yeah.
Okay.
Only got 3 left.
19.
19. The way the marking is, she has left you a mark specifically because she knew you spoke Thievescant. And each marking that you lead them to
Mhm.
explains the direction to go, explains how far to go. But it's a slog.
Yeah, it's gonna be
It's not easy.
right.
As you guys move. Baruch, very Legolas style, is able to stay above the water line, kind of just coming around behind you.
I just call to Belfry every once in a while so she knows where I'm at, so she can
Okay,
just circle
and she
around.
kind of like comes down into the fog, swoops back out, and
Yeah, just to keep
leaves
track
the
of us.
contrail behind.
Yeah.
Makes it look like
Mid-morning is now gradually turning into afternoon. You're pathing between the different stones.
How
keeping a-
far have we gone, do you think?
You've
couple miles?
probably gone like 2 or 3 miles at this
Okay.
point
Wow.
into the center
All
of
right.
towards getting further and further towards the center of the main part of the geyser swamp.
Okay.
And you're now starting to see less trees and more rock. And you
Do these
also
look-
notice that she pathed you in a way
Yeah.
that you're avoiding the geysers.
Do these look like she quickly scrawled them? Or does it look like
She took a break to.
maybe she, like, that's her, like, base? That tree was maybe one of her,
Yeah,
her
you don't need to
bases?
make an insight check. They've been here for a while.
Okay.
You get the feeling that this is her escape. Like, if
Right.
that's compromised.
Like, that's compromised. This is her
This
B,
is her
plan
way
B.
out.
Okay, that's
Yes.
I'm just checking.
Yeah.
Okay, so so now I'm keeping my eye out of, like, maybe structures, rocks, something that she's leading us to at this off in the distance, but we only get 60 feet, but whatever.
Okay.
Okay, I keep going.
Okay.
Just
You
follow
guys
it.
keep going. It's hot. It's warm. It's humid. It's muggy. Covered in mud from walking through, except for you. Everyone, give me perception checks.
That's a good one. 26.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
All because perception has plus
14.
14, dirty 20. What'd you get?
26.
26,
21.
14, 21. Keeping an eye out, every now and then something large surfaces off to either your right or left, but the path she's set keeps you slightly higher than the deeper points.
Okay.
So it's allowing you to avoid the geysers as long as you stay on the path.
Okay.
These mud crocodiles like surface every now and then. You could see them kind of like look and swim towards you and then kind of like submerge.
Do they look like
Go
really
away.
tasty?
I mean, generally speaking, eating wild game, they tend to taste like where they live.
Damn.
So they're
Probably
probably mud bottom dwellers. You also notice from time to time like strange mud-like fish that surface, and there's like water that boils because they're getting chased by something. You see the head of the mud gator and crocodile kind of like, and then swim away. I mean, there's life out here. There's signs of life out here. That's one thing you begin to realize is kind of returning back to normal. Every now and then you see a bird designed to be in the mud kind of get like scared by you guys passing through. Now, eventually you find solid ground. You come up out of the mud and onto a gravel embankment. And the gravel embankment sits just high enough that you guys are now out of the fog. Like you climb about 15 feet up the gravel embankment to where you're out of the fog. And now you're staring at a small tunnel or rock entrance with a very simple wooden door on it. Nothing else.
Any more markings?
No more markings.
I'll approach it carefully because if it was me and my door, it would have traps. So I'll keep an eye out for like pitfalls and traps and wires and that kind of stuff till I get to the door.
I go knock on the door.
Give me investigation as you head over towards the door.
Guidance.
Yeah, I'll need guidance. What is it, D4?
And Bardic, that's D8.
Plus a D8.
I might save your ass.
What's my bird's
Not too
name?
bad. 14.
You tell me?
You
I
get
asked
to
you
choose
the
your
same.
bird.
17?
It says that to you. You tell me.
Its name is Raven.
I got a, se- I got, se- I got 17.
Looking at the door, it definitely looks magic. It looks protected.
Last month.
It doesn't look accessible.
Yeah.
This is a magical entrance to something. You're just not entirely sure what.
I'll knock.
The secret knock.
You watch as the door pops open a few inches.
It's Maggot and friends.
Yeah, you like look in. There's a swirling like yellow vortex in front of you.
Get back up. Yeah. You're up, Batty.
Is it?
I mean,
covering the
Master.
entire doorway?
Yeah, the entry point. So the
Yeah,
door
it's
is
a very
open.
bad.
It's almost like you look, you go, oh, yeah, it's a portal into a displacement of space. You're like, it could be a variation of the spell that you haven't learned yet called Magnificent Mansion.
I walk in.
Tiny hut.
You watch as Baruch walks in.
Yeah. After you. It's safe.
All right, I'll walk in.
As I do, I make sure to go.
Put your foot in.
Okay.
Oh my god, my skin's gone. What happened?
You have skin?
I'll walk in.
Okay. So everybody walks through.
Close the door behind me if I'm the last one.
It'll shut on its own once you're allowed to come in.
On a timer.
You guys are now and as soon as you walk into this space, you're devoid of mud. Like all the mud immediately is cleaned off of you.
Oh.
And you're in the like a rotunda that looks up to a tower that just goes on forever. Like there's no end to it until you just lose sight.
Raven, are we in your room?
Sitting on a couch along a fireplace in a sitting room with a dining table with all manner of food splayed out on it. You can see a bar cart off to the right as well. You can see sitting chairs, strange animated plants that kind of react with color, and kind of they don't look nefarious. They just kind of react and give off color and interest, almost like they were picked there, like pretties, like art. You can see two large discs set on either side of the rotunda that look like they're designed to carry you taller up, like elevators, like up into the heights of the tower.
Tinsers.
Maggie, you immediately recognize the person on the couch. She's very small, very young. She's wearing childlike clothing. As all of you for the first time are staring at exactly what Maggot called a pink goblin.
My God, it's ugly.
It's got
Ruth, be nice.
the small child is
Maggot's feet.
like it's like
them.
coloring in a book or something, or
Put your shoes
writing
back
in a
on, be
book,
nice.
and she immediately looks up and sees all of you. Oh, hello. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Where's everybody else?
Yes,
Why-
I know. My hat is magnificent. Thank you.
Oh, they'll be back. I don't want her to know that I said this, so don't tell her I said this. But the real scary one,
Nightshade.
yeah, her and my my watcher went to go in one of the rooms to get some information, and something about she's never seen a creature what attacked us on the ship, and she needs to see if she can figure out what it is.
Oh, I can help with that.
Oh,
Which elevator do I take?
is that a mask? Can I see what's on?
No.
No.
It
Oh,
would hurt you.
oh, your face hurts people.
It does.
Nightshade says that her face hurts people because people don't pay up.
Oh,
That's
I
what
mean,
she
I think you
says.
meant her fist.
No, her face is what she says.
Well,
But she's kind of weird.
does this place have?
Can we eat?
Just get on the.
Yeah,
disc and
yeah, they
to
made
the
that for me.
library.
I can't eat all that. So if you want to eat it, you can.
I'm gonna eat some.
I find bacon.
Which disc do I take?
As you say that, there's a puff of magic and a platter of bacon. Just
I just start,
Just get on one and say
just start
library.
eating bacon.
Why are you even eating? It just falls
What room
out
are they
the
in?
bottom.
I
have
don't know.
to
They
feel
went
the
on one of
magic
those desks and
somehow.
went up. Said they'd be
I don't
back
think
as
that's
soon
how
as
you
they
feel it.
could, and that a ugly
Don't
green
question it. It's magic.
thing called a goblin would probably be here with some people.
That would be-
He's not ugly. He can't help himself. He's pretty. Look at his green skin. Do your feathers come off? Does that hurt?
Sometimes.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
bleeding.
Ooh,
It was a pin feather.
that's really. Oh, I could make this into a writing. This is really neat. I have seen people. I've seen people like you before, except people don't wear masks all the time. You, I've seen before. but usually you're kind of like in a box and
You-
about to be
you see
buried.
a mask,
No. The people don't normally wear masks.
but you see a mask.
Yeah, I see a mask.
Where are you from?
It's interesting.
You probably never heard of it. I'm not even really sure where I'm from actually, but I'm told it's a place, it's a world called Terrell. At least when I ask them where I'm from, that's what they say. My watcher, he says we're from a place called the Moonshade Isles.
Where? How did you get here?
Don't know. We just got here. Don't remember how we got here. We just got here.
I'll be back.
Okay.
I'll walk over to one of the discs and step on.
Looks very young, right?
Looks like a small child, yeah.
Okay. I was gonna like take out a coin and then just kind of like flip it through her fingers and like because she knows it's a kid, so it's like maybe treatment, like the coins just slipping through.
Doing the walking.
Why you wear that coat?
Which one? I'm wearing a coat. He's wearing a coat. I'll put points out for the big coat.
But why you wear coats? Are you cold?
Absolutely.
It's really nice in here. They make the room a normal temperature for me, so that it's not cold.
They like to fool people to think that they're actually one person instead of two, so they use the coat to hide it.
Jumps out of Hans and ta-da! And closes
Oh, your the watcher calls your kind half people.
halflings, close, very close.
No, Nightshade says there's nothing worse than half a person with a beard. She says they're called dwarves and half people.
Well, that's the lower half, not the upper half, which is me.
Oh, okay. What do you
What happened on the ship?
I don't know. But me and the watcher were hiding. It's whatever happened stopped. Nightshade pulled us out, made us go one way. She went another way because she had to get something out of her quarters. She said it was very important. She got it. She said she was sorry that if it chased us, at least she'd be able to get what she needed and she might be able to help.
Did it
But
chase
it
you?
didn't chase us.
Did it chase her?
No, it didn't chase her.
What did it do?
Did you see it?
No, I just saw all the blood that was left. And then Nightshade had a crew of a lot, and they're not around anymore at all.
No,
And
they're,
Nightshade was
they're all around.
very
all around.
upset,
Don't-
and there were
don't
two
talk like that to a
times, like not too long ago, she cussed before her and the Watcher went up on the disc. She said, "Why is that fucking idiot trying to use magic right now? I can't respond."
Oh, that was me.
Oh, why do you carry dead people around with you?
They don't
He
carry me.
carries
I walk
himself.
on my own 2 feet.
Yeah, but he's a magic trick, right? He's not real.
No, he's real.
Oh, honey, I'm as
I've
got
real
my
as you
doubts.
are.
I tried to
Dude.
fix it.
The most expensive meal I can think of?
Yes.
King's Feast.
Just watch as an extension of the table goes out and more food just starts.
I knew it! And then she's just gonna think of like an extremely just decadent dessert, like something that you would just see at like high class people.
Like a 12-layer cake, just kind of like appears in the middle of the table.
And then right next to
It's-
the normal bacon,
It's the Great
on
Hall.
one side is going to be
Wednesday.
candied bacon.
Kind of.
So one side there'll be a plate of candied bacon.
Let's
and
just
then
say whoever
chocolate
hangs
covered
out and consumes the meal for an hour.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheese?
Fuck
We're-
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Two-thirds.
eating. I haven't
Now that I've
I haven't
seen
sealed my
it,
illuminator shard.
It's a
Do I
smell.
recognize it?
Yeah.
No.
recognize what?
The human.
No, you do not. This is not like anything you've ever seen before. She
Oh.
has long blonde hair and a ponytail. She's got light blue eyes. Her skin complexion's a kind of mix of pink and tannish colors. She's wearing very simple kind of tunic with a nice purple and black
Heroes
belt
Feast.
around her
Heroes
waist.
Feast.
King's no. She said extravagant.
She's wearing like a
Now,
small
King's
cotton
Feast
linen
is very
skirt.
extravagant 'cause it's like
She's wearing like soft
a
slippers
thing,
on her
stuff- the thing
feet.
is stuff- the other thing is stuff- oh, it's
Never
like
seen
stuff
anything
inside of a
like this
cow.
before. Never heard of anything like this before.
It's like a
That's
pheasant,
weird. Okay. Then I'll get on and
like a
just
quail,
try to
stuff in
find
the duck,
it.
stuff in the chicken, stuff in the turkey, stuff in
So as you get on the
Goat.
disc,
the pig, and all that.
you Find Nightshade. You feel the disc just, and like the levels are going by so rapidly that you lose count.
He shrinks
And
a
you
little
stop.
bit.
It's like you like your stomach finally catches up to you. You look down, you cannot see anything down below you. There's double doors open. You can see what you think to be a Sylvan and Nightshade. They're leaning over a large table as books are floating in from just this kind of like cloudscape of magic. Like no wall, no bookcases, no nothing. You just notice that every now and then Nightshade kind of stops, and in a language you don't recognize, and a book comes out of the miasma, and she sets it on, opens it, and you watch as the Sylvan, in kind of your crude common, I prefer to learn to speak your common. If this happens again, and me and my ward were to be separated, I would not have. Fine, we'll speak their ruddy language. I fucking hate it. Whatever. We need to figure out what the fuck. And then they both kind of turn to see you standing there. Oh, I see that you and the others have made it here, have you?
Yes.
Find my. Could you do me a favor?
Yes.
Tell your bone-headed creature that if I don't respond the first time, there's probably a good reason, and I would appreciate it if they would not do it again, unless they hear from me specifically.
I shall do this.
Thank you.
I found the summoning circle.
Hey, Nightshade,
Summoning
we found
circle.
we found your home. Thank you for the food.
There's an infernal.
Like there's a like as you're talking to her, there's an echo. Hey. Found.
They're gorging themselves.
Oh, well.
And then
At least they're of use.
as he leaves, I'm all, like, and snagging up bacon, I'm gonna just start playing a song while we all eat it.
Okay.
And try to-
Something called
25.
or the Crimson Sovereign.
They both turn to look at each other.
And I copied as best I could the circle.
Well, come over here. Join us.
Yes.
The strange person that Nightshade is alongside, the very long, flared out, pointy ears. Their hair is silver and blonde, pulled way back into a very long braid. They're wearing like a green, yellow, and silver kind of garment. You never see their feet. They don't ever really seem to look like they walk. They're very pale gray and blue eyes. But the creepy part is, while they give off a feeling of being very old, their face is like unnaturally young. Like you get like no sense of age with them at all.
Remind me of the Fae a bit.
To a little bit extent, but the Fae creatures you've touched or dealt with over your time
They're bizarre.
are very kind of like pixies and these creatures that are more Fae fauna than they are this thing that you're looking at in front of you. You know it to be Sylvan, but most of your ratings and most of your understanding of what they are myth and legend. And you're like standing talking to one.
I imagine I'm just staring.
Nightshade. Oh, yes. You've probably never seen an elf before, have you?
Sylvan?
Well, that's that is what they deem themselves depending on where they go and where they come from. This particular Moonshade High Elf is coming from a very faraway place.
I imagine.
Yes, I am trying to escort them to a place that will allow them to go back. Unfortunately, we have garnered some attention recently. You said this summoning circle was on my ship.
Yes.
My ship.
Tell her where it was and show her the.
I suspected demonic circumstance. Crimson
Sovereign.
Sovereign.
I don't know if that's
Neither of them seem to recognize it, kind of look at each other oddly for a moment. Well, what do we do? Don't know what it is. We know it managed to get onto my ship, did what it did, took my crew, but we were able to escape to my bastion.
It was definitely summoned, so I don't know if it was by one of your crew or by someone who snuck onto your ship. It was a summoning.
It'd have to be somebody on my crew for sure.
Well, I couldn't tell how many people
Well, if
were
this
on the
mind
ship.
palace doesn't know what it is, then it's not something known. At least not during my travels. Let's go back downstairs and talk to the others.
My name is Teki.
Yes, I call you from the bar.
I was speaking.
Oh, yes, the ward. He is, no offense, he's not consequential. The child creature seems to behave more rationally if I don't
Did you
deal.
say he?
Yes.
That's a boy.
Well, yes. So he claims.
Oh my.
Very difficult to tell with
Calm
elves.
down.
This is true. And they're quite stunning as well to look at. So don't look at them for long periods of time. It will befuddle your mind a bit. Especially for some reason, it doesn't matter.
It's nice to
And
meet you.
the three of you kind of walk over to the desk. You watch as like a stack of about a dozen books hover alongside Nightshade. The three of you and the books get on the desk, and before long, you guys watch as the disc returns. Nightshade, this strange-looking creature, and a stack of books, and Takit kind of watching all of you sitting around the table. Just like Baruch looks up, and there's bacon spilling out of his mouth.
I was totally expecting a food fight at this point.
Hans and Alva are like swimming through the cake. So Takit's been gone for an hour.
So we have been eating.
Yes, so you now all
we're
have the
gorged.
effects
of a hero's
of a hero's feast.
What's that?
We cannot be
creature is
frightened.
cured of all diseases and poison, becomes immune to poison.
I look down at my pants.
It doesn't itch and burn.
For the first, you watch as half a dozen scabs and warts fall off.
Is immune to poison and being frightened, and makes all wisdom.
The
saving
dull
throws.
yellow of Maggot's eyes.
I go run over
clear
and get
out.
on one of the tensor's discs and go to the whorehouse.
It doesn't
Nothing
move.
happens.
Yeah, it doesn't move.
Makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage. Its hit point maximum also increases by 2d10, and it gains the same number of hit points. These benefits last for 24 hours.
Damn.
Correct.
Nice.
So all of you are together in the rotunda at this point. Nightshade just kind of has her hands, her arms crossed on her chest, scowls over at you, but just purposely ignores you. So, Maggot, you found
wait,
my
As she
sign.
scowls at me, I tip the hat.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. She goes over and takes it from you and
Yeah.
puts it on her head. You know what? He can stay.
Subtle.
He remembered to grab my hat. I am perfectly fine with that then. Anyways. She watches the key like whisper
So,
into the bony side of Baruch's
Who
head.
did this to you?
Don't know.
What were they looking for?
I think they were looking for her, and she nods over towards the small
Why didn't
child.
they chase her?
It's probably
Well,
too
let's
wet
just
for them.
say it was a waiting game.
Oh,
They could not. The warden here tells me that he put a glyph of some sort on their door.
Yes.
I was invisible the entire time. Yes. The word goes, yes, that was what I put on the door.
it was
yes.
summoned to your ship by. Does
I-
someone
I-
have to be there to
I
summon
filled
it?
her in. Well, there was a summoning circle written on the bow.
What?
I mean, we know summoning circles to be very high level magic. I don't know what, who, or
Was it one of your crew?
Could a familiar do that?
I don't know. It happened so quickly.
What
It
What
happened the night.
Here's a question: What Because the circle was found in the cargo hold, correct?
No,
No,
it was
because the cargo hold was 6 inches.
it was on the deck up front by the bow,
It
right?
was up on the bow of the main deck,
Okay.
where it was like most dense of the origin of the sludge.
Then here's a question: what was in your cargo hold? Like, did you have anything in there at the time?
I did have supplies, weapons, equipment.
That's all gone,
Completely empty.
filled with blood, pudding.
Oh
Stuff.
shit! Oh shit! Well, okay.
There's no
I'm
bodies.
not really sure why it would take all of that. Then, why would it took all the crew, took all the cargo?
Did it kill the crew or take the crew?
It took it.
Maybe it was not very intelligent and just ordered to
More
take-
blood than my crew could give to what was there that I saw.
Maybe it was told just to take everything off of the
Was
ship.
it like
that it could.
oozing?
All I remember was hearing my crew holler in fear. I ran to my quarters. I put on my cloak of invisibility and climbed into my. I have a piece of furniture that allows me to hide in a very small space. I hid there for maybe 3-4 hours. When I came out, I saw that my room had been broken into. I could see all the traces of blood up on the main deck, but I was more concerned with my cargo. So I ran to the galley, checked on the ward and the young child, retrieved them, sent them down the porthole. I went down the aft side of the ship after recovering some of my items, and we immediately head towards Bastion.
We called them cargo.
Yes, they are cargo.
Maybe the thing was told to bring all cargo.
And all
But-
the cargo is gone.
Maybe someone heard you call it cargo, and so it said, "Bring all the cargo."
Bitch. That fucking bitch.
Oh, who is it?
The one on Drift. The one I talked to there. She was supposed
Delilah?
to.
Not Delilah.
She was supposed.
Danica?
No, I don't know who that is. No,
that was
I met with someone who was supposed to give me my final bit of information about who I'm supposed to meet on the Sunday. Transfer my cargo to them. She was very specific about why I was calling it cargo. And she seemed very nervous when she was talking to me.
Where did you meet him at?
She was one of my crew was on watch. Remember when we met in the hallway?
Yeah.
She was the one I was talking to when you interrupted me.
Oh.
Her name was Andromeda. She goes by Andrea for short. She is a seller of information. She's been bartering the meeting point between me and the person buying these two to take possession
So
of
she
them.
knew enough information to be able to.
She
say
knew
that-
enough to know that I had a place, that I was holding them. I called them cargo. I think I was scried on. I don't know how, but I think I was scried on. That's why I did not
Was
reply to
Andromeda
your
on the ship
magic.
with you?
Huh?
Was Andromeda on the
No,
ship still,
she
or
was
she
not.
back at Drift?
As far as I know, she was still adrift.
How do we stop people from scrying anymore?
I don't know. I'm always out looking for magic items that can help do that.
When
There are preventative magic items that do that, but unfortunately they are rare and expensive if you can find them. But this gig, there was a lot of coin involved in this gig.
she a thief?
Purveyor
I
of
mean-
information?
I
Yeah.
would imagine she's a spy more than anything. She seemed well versed in the geology and geography of Sunded, which is what I needed. She was supposedly bearing the information of the buyer. Now I can only assume that my meeting point is compromised.
Would it sound familiar? Like, just kind of like whispered anywhere, kind of.
I mean, give me a history check, see if you recognize the
Do
name.
you so we just have to assume that everything's compromised.
everything that I spoke with her about is compromised, which tells me that if we were to go to Sunded, my meeting point there is compromised. The buyer is compromised. The question is this person acting independently, or is the buyer involved as well? That's the thing I don't know. That is why I did not respond to his call out to me, because I feel like magic could compromise things as well. 19? Not a name you recognize.
Well,
Should we
So-
still use your ship to traverse?
No, we're going to have to find another way to send it. I think that is compromised as well.
so let me ask you a
What
question.
if
Oh, go ahead.
we noticed that your control system
It is a preventative system for my vessel. It prevents it from being stolen.
understandable. What if you allowed one of us to take the ship a day's journey
As a decoy?
as a decoy? See if anything happens. Say we
Give me persuasion on that one.
I want to.
Okay, yeah.
Say that we make a show of it where we load the true cargo that wasn't on the ship at the time, as you were waiting for
Right,
the rest
right.
of us. We sail off towards the direction of Sunbird, while
And who would be foolish enough to do this?
Hans is just
the three of us.
Give me persuasion with advantage.
We got ways to get
What if
around.
something
I
does
got
happen,
Belfry,
then how are we gonna get
so.
away?
I have one
It's
less
really
brother.
weekend.
Oh,
I would really
yes.
like to be guided.
One less brother. I have one less
I
brother from
I
another
open
mother.
the door and see if I can find Belfry too.
Look out. She's just
Circle.
circling above the. Comes into it. Kind of hops inside. As she crosses through,
One. You said
you watch as a female
Persuasion?
goblin tumbles onto the floor.
What'd you do with my bat?
Oh shit! And you watch as Nightshade. Yes, the door charm dispels all transmutative magic. Who is she?
She's Belfry, my
That's why
bat.
she can see the mask.
Can they all see the mask too?
Yeah, they can all see the mask now.
What the hell does it look like?
Huh?
What does it look like?
It's just a blackened alabaster mask with no real expression or any kind
just think
of.
of like one of those
decorative-
featureless masks.
Yeah, it's just a featureless mask.
That's not fair. It's like just a blank mask.
Yeah. Who is this? Who's this goblin? Why is there another goblin here?
I have my crossbow out.
Yeah.
I'm like my hand crossbow.
Hi. My name's Rhonda.
What?
Yeah, I got it.
Rhonda?
And
That's
you
not even a goblin name.
but you remember from one of the whorehouses you went to like a year or so ago.
Drive
Like,
around when
She
you
stands
find
up.
out.
She goes, yeah, sorry, maggot. Hey, listen, you know a lot of interesting people, and yeah.
You like being my bat?
Well, it's the people I meet. Like, you remember when the crew was there with all those metal traveling things that went back to that place you guys were supposed to go to? I banged them all. I made so much coin.
Did you
It was
eat any of them?
awesome. No, well, I mean, when I'm Belfry, I do have to eat to keep
Huh. Why are you Belfry?
I can't always control it. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't.
You're a wereman.
Are you a friend?
Opportunist?
So you're not even my friend?
Well, I mean, we could learn to be. When I'm Belfry, I'm your friend. I mean, you're a lot of fun when you're riding and we're. I mean, I'm not going to tell them about all the people you killed and all the stealing and.
You just did.
Oh,
How many
sorry.
times has he?
You ate my fucking sausage.
You.
That just sounds wrong.
Watch this run is like. Yeah. About that. Look, I'm really sorry, but it kind of works, right? You need a mount. I need someone to siphon a living off of. I mean, it works for now.
You're a pimp.
No, because pimps get part of the money.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
No,
No, she's
No.
his parasite.
He's just a customer.
yeah, we're
He's
just.
a customer.
You know what? Your
He
half
rides
children
her.
friend make a good point. We are a symbiote. We work well together. I make a living.
Which you should be sharing with.
You don't have to walk around on your feet because you know how much you hate walking around.
True. What'd you do with my bat?
Yeah, about that. When I so here's the thing, you didn't know this about Belfry. Belfry bit me, and I got really, really angry, and I attacked your bat, but it was in self-defense. Your bat tried to eat me, but I noticed after it bit me,
Oh, I can see that.
I turned into a bat. But here's the crazy thing, Maggot. And I hope you don't forget about it. But after it bit me, I killed it, and I got angry, and I turned into a bat. And then I thought about not wanting to be a bat anymore, and I turned back into my female goblin form, and I looked down at where Belfry used to be. There was another goblin there.
Oh.
And she goes to describe it, to you. It was like one of your back alley goblin friends
Uh-huh.
that you remember used to trade with.
Okay.
And that's exactly who she describes. I don't think your Belfry was ever like a real thing, Maggot.
The curse.
So you're.
You give me an
werebat?
insight. Yeah,
No,
you give me an insight.
So you're a
check.
werebat?
Well, not entirely.
Control.
Kind of can. Like when the big moon comes out, I can't be anything but Belfry.
Okay.
But when the big moon's not out, I can sometimes change. It's my concentration, how I try to will myself in it. I'm still learning. I'm still learning how it works.
21.
Definitely a curse. More curse than where.
What is she
Curse
hot?
sometime. Well,
She
you
was
banged her
one of-
before.
you banged
I
her
mean-
before.
I'm asking here.
Yeah.
You know me,
It's
God,
all-
you
wait,
and goblin
wait,
quiff
wait.
I bang.
Hang on. Excuse me, dear Rhonda. I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
After,
Fuck.
Yeah, you've seen me
Why do you-
before. You've seen me before.
Yeah, I
huh?
have, but I really thought that those guys got me high.
No. After you took over for Belfry,
Okay,
for
hold
him,
on.
I'm going to see if she runs away in terror.
No. Don't worry, he's harmless.
Natural 20. She stays there.
after you took over being Belfry for Maggot, did
Yeah.
he ever apprise you of your? Did you two ever bang?
As a bat?
He was
No.
Belfry?
No. After.
You sick fuck.
Like the look on Nightshade's face right now is just utter contempt mixed with like
He would probably do
utter contempt mixed with I
Well, he
kind of
would
want to
tell
see
me-
where this story's going.
That's right.
But
Child,
after,
listening to
you
all
know,
the kids.
She's
in
probably
your
like- she's
goblin
like-
form, did you two ever have relations?
Oh no.
The little girl's just sticking her feet
A really good
listening.
friend of mine, her name was Trina. She said, "Never shit where you eat." So once I realized
Wait a minute, you shit on our table all the time.
You should have
that
lied.
was mostly kind of just fun for me. But anyways,
I'm glad I never ate at that table with you.
it's
Yes, I do.
It falls straight through.
You don't know.
I do because I clicked
meanwhile, like where he's been eating the hero's feast, there's just
The
mashed
pile.
food all in
I
the
was
chair
saying,
on
like,
the
it would-
floor.
It would just fall to the stomach.
What's
But,
the little
like,
girl's reaction to
Believe
all
that the
this?
luminary jars.
She's just sitting there wide-eyed and like drawing as she's like in her little journal book that she
We're
has.
finally all cured of all disease.
So-
another hooker
so no, to
appears.
answer your
Well,
question-
she was cured though,
Ta-
so I'm good.
To answer your question, no, I never
Oh, yeah.
I never ever purposely did any harm to Mac.
I look at my arms all covered with like bite scars. Oh my god.
Oh shit!
No.
If you kill her, you can get the curse yourself.
Do I have to kill her?
Too bad.
Like Taki leans into your ear just as you're
Sure.
looking at your scarred arms and says that to you. Your eyes get really big. He's probably right.
Golly gee. One less hooker in the world ain't gonna make a damn bit of difference.
Did you?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wait.
But she's got no control over it.
She betrayed me.
Inspiration.
She betrayed me.
You pull
Roll
the
that
trigger?
attack.
Huh?
You pull the trigger?
Yeah.
Roll that attack. Plus a D8, motherfucker.
Yeah, you have advantage because surprise.
Okay.
So D20
Plus a D8.
Okay, so 17,
Why would you
17,
kill your dad?
27.
It's not his back.
29.
It is.
So I
It's
got a
some horror
30.
that's been
a 30
pretending
definitely
to-
hits. Roll for
Alright.
damage.
All right, so I do that, and I do this, and I get +3 from that too.
This is like
5,
calculating the insanity that is maggot.
23 points of damage.
Okay, so as you're all standing there listening to this debate go back and forth,
I
Maggot
pull
just,
out I brighten a like this.
Maggot
is gonna be a
just
great
blurts out, fuck, and like just pulls the trigger. You watch as the bolt hits her square in the head, and she goes stiff, and she just falls to the ground. Nightshade just looks at her and looks at all of you, and everyone's just kind of staring at each other awkwardly.
I go over and get that +3 bolt back.
You walk over, there's like gray matter dripping out of the
Do
wound.
you know how much Revivify costs?
Are you kidding me? No way.
I need you to make an intelligence save for starters.
Okay, no problem.
Hey, you have it. I gave you part of it
All right, 12. Is that a D8 you said?
He killed her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One shot.
14. Wait, where's it? It's my 14. Oh, so dirty 20.
Okay, now give me con save with advantage.
Okay, con save with advantage.
I guess I have a new mount.
1. So
My
You
head of
know how
security is
much
now going to be
Revivify
my
costs?
mount.
12.
Now, if
So
I
I-
bring her back to keep, if I
I got a
bring her back
13.
and he's
You got a
her
13?
curse, is
Yeah.
she cured of the curse?
So,
I don't.
the very first thing you guys notice, because of the dispel effect that's currently on the rotunda, he starts puking up blood and vomit. Falls to his hands and knees, starts puking, starts turning into a bat, but then there's a flash of magic from the door jam, and he's back to being maggot again. You now watch as Rhonda starts dissolving into sludge. And then eventually turns to ash and just quickly fades.
Oh, thanks, Maggot. Now you can be my ride.
Every physical sign of injury you used to have on your body is now gone.
Okay.
So no more
Like
scars.
all your scars are gone. Like your 20 different STDs you've had your whole life.
Yeah, right.
No, well, those left from
All
the
gone.
airspace.
Those got cured of the curse.
That too.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, either way. But you feel different.
Really good.
Like you do. You kind of feel high, like a euphoric feeling.
Okay.
And Nightshade just, what happened? What just happened now?
Yeah.
He became a werebat because he wanted to fly.
I
and he
don't
didn't
think
trust-
that's how that works. You
It-
don't.
He-
That
he-
felt more like a curse to me.
yeah,
That
it's
did not
pretty much
seem.
just accepted the curse
Yeah.
intentionally.
What's wrong with you? Don't
You spoke to him at the bar.
We don't have enough time.
well, to discuss what is
Yes.
wrong
And,
with him
and
Yeah.
by the way,
That's
Yes.
a lot of baggage
31.
to unpack.
for persuasion.
for the plan to.
Okay.
Oh, 31 on your roll.
Yeah.
I like that plan. Two reasons why I like it. I think it'll expose whoever threatens us. You're a weird motherfucker, but some reason I want to go drinking with you.
You'll never
He's
forget
really
that.
fun.
So the plan is for someone to go back, take the ship, purposely make it sound like you're going to go pick up the cargo, or you have picked it up, and you're now heading to the point of meeting.
Yes. And I
And then they'll
can.
kill you and become the bat.
I know you.
Here's the problem with this plan. The only way I can make sure that the meeting point is going to be established is either one, I confirm with my contact in Sended through sending, which could potentially expose us, or I confirm with Andre and Andromeda and let her know that everything is set. If she is the one that caused this, then she will panic and assume that her plan failed. Right now, she might be under the impression that her plan succeeded. She may think that in one of those boxes, if she has retrieved those, is the cargo, and she's probably looking for it right now. I like this decoy plan. This may be the way to flush people out.
Was there something on that ship that they took that you could track?
I don't have Scry. I don't have that ability. Everything in the cargo hold was maintenance supplies and equipment and weapons and things that were going to be sold up and sended to kind of pay as coverage for
Wiping
this.
off the bolt with one of the napkins on the table.
This whole
Putting it
deal.
back in my magic
You know, you've
bolt
got
area.
little bits of blackened fur forming underneath your chin there. I don't know. I don't know what we can do. Now.
I slapped the table.
Look,
Drift shine.
you watch as little ceramic jars of drift shine begin to pop up on the table. Oh, fuck no.
No, that gets you too fucked up. We need our brains about us.
I can fix that.
His brain or his sobriety?
So right.
The problem is now I don't know entirely who to trust or what to do.
I pick
I'm
it
a
up.
killer. I am a paid professional killer who took on a cargo gig because the money just... So you remember how much I promised you?
Mm-hmm.
They promised me 10 times that amount for the delivery of these two.
So that leads me to believe that they weren't going to pay you that much.
No, it's
anyway.
10% my ass. No, it's good. No.
That leads me to believe that they weren't going to pay
Or
you
as they
that
were so desperate, they were willing to give up all their wealth.
Possibly.
But
And if she knew that, Andromeda does.
she's the
Like,
middleman,
what's
right, Andromeda?
She's the information broker. The person I'm
But-
selling to, I think is the
Did
middleman.
you talk to the person you're selling it to?
I have not yet.
Who
No.
did?
No one has.
How do you know that they're buying?
Because I know that they're buying through her. She's
Oh,
the
yeah,
information broker.
Yeah, but she's the one. She's the linchpin, right? Like,
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, here's
For all I know, the buyer set her up too. She could be dead right now.
well,
But I haven't tried sending. I don't.
why
I
pay
don't
for
know
something you can
sending.
steal?
Unfortunately, my first mate did, and he is not gone.
Why
Can-
pay for
can
something you
you
can
do-
steal? They got the information from her, so they'd have enough information to attack you and take it.
Maybe that's what they just tried doing.
Is there a way you can show me how she looks? Maybe that way I could be the one that's done.
You watch as she walks over to an empty table. Quill, parchment. It appears on the
I haven't
table.
had a
I would
disguise
let her
self.
live.
Huh?
I haven't had a disguise
He
self.
went.
Doesn't that make you look like whoever you want to look like?
Yeah, but magic doesn't work in here. Yeah, transmutation magic.
see, some-
doesn't. That's why the goblin was revealed. That's
See,
why
some-
he's revealed
see,
as
some-
he tried to change.
See, sometimes
His mask is revealed. So yeah, it's like you're beginning to
Sometimes-
put the protective idea around.
sometimes his reactions cause me to react. So when I asked him, "Is she hot?" and he went like this,
Well, I was like,
and then I thought,
you know,
"Wait a minute." I look at my arms; they're just scarred up with all bite marks up and down my arms, and I go, "I could just fly myself."
This bitch.
Now he just said, "Oh man, she is one of the hottest goblins. Like she's Gal Gadot of goblins." Then I would have been like, "She's sticking around," but no, you went like this. You went.
You know what really?
I
sucks
said,
now?
"Is she hot?" And you went like this. You went
So
like that.
Hey, you better hope you have
You
like a
caused
weird
her
hybrid
death.
form
As
because
I think
you ain't doing
as I
any
think about the fact that
aerial
magic doesn't work in here,
sniping
I
now.
look at my
Yeah.
owl.
Yeah. Or reconnaissance.
The owl?
He do
It's-
reconnaissance.
No, he can't.
It hasn't
Not
made
with
any
the spyglass.
commentary.
I'll
for
get
a
a
while.
real bat.
And as you look at the owl, it just still looks like, the little curio shop item,
Mhm.
but you don't have any direct connection with it at this point. It doesn't feel like it's in your mind.
I'm gonna take my bat. Bye, Belfry. I loved you. Both of you.
I would
Literally.
take it off because you're going to need it to stand.
You don't need it stats, so you might as well leave it there.
Okay.
Because that's what your stats are whenever you're belfry.
Okay.
You're
Take it
insane. You are so insane. I was thinking like a relationship out of necessity was going to flourish out of this.
You
It never occurred to me. You
I
were gonna
tried.
fucking shoot her.
I tried. I said, "Is she hot?" And you went like this. You went.
That's no excuse for murder.
It is.
She just admitted to murdering Belfry.
Who needs
The original.
That's the
One
effect
of
of
the
the curse.
original
Made
Bell.
it dissolve. I
How do we
was gonna
know
try
that
and revivify her.
Yeah, but that's
and
the
then-
effect of the curse. Once it passes on to the next person.
See, my thing is this: she just admitted to killing Belfry.
Yeah, but
Who's
Belfry was
another
another.
person?
I know
goblin.
that doesn't matter though.
Yeah, that doesn't matter because
Not
not
to
only was
Maggot.
that Belfry, his original Belfry possibly, but it was also
You can
a
ride me
good
on that,
friend
but
of
you can
his
ride
that he
me
hung
hard.
out with.
Well, that's debatable.
Fireball,
It's a
Fireball.
contact that he traded with
Fireballs.
whenever you wanted drugs, drink, or women. This was a guy he used to know. But that
My
Belfry was a
friend.
different Belfry. Was a different. This could be a lineage going way back, as far as you
Right.
can tell.
Now I know. Now the guy who taught me how to ride bats, right? He had bats.
He did. He was a weird dude.
You had one bat.
Oh,
You had
He was a
one bat.
weird dude. And
So
he had
I-
an
so I could get a
uncanny.
bat.
You remember that he had an uncanny knack with talking to the bats too.
Yeah, so he was probably a werebat.
You're
was
starting to
probably
piece together things. It's quite possible that all those other bats were goblins. It's quite possible the goblin bat trainer was probably one as well. He might be the sire.
Okay.
Like in your mind, you're for the very first time in your life, the exposure to all that deceit in your mind,
Right.
you're watching little rubrics fall into
Things like
place.
fall into
Yeah.
place. Okay. Tetris.
And
All right.
1 hour every night I'm going to devote to studying a curse and helping him control it.
One of the things that
Yeah,
would probably be more
I can make
helpful
it
is taking blood, because your necrotic nature of magic that will probably help you potentially reveal the curse more
I'll take some
successfully.
blood from him.
Yeah.
Hey, let me see your hand for a second. Why?
Let me take a little blood.
Fuck, man. Hey, calm down.
I need to help you.
That's
to
that. You were just using that knife to eat.
I was
Wipe
not.
it off at
I
least.
was not eating.
Ow!
Thank you.
That was very Letterkenny of
Put it
you
in
there,
the
Ron.
bottle. Put it away. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Oh, thanks.
Just eat more
I
cake.
think.
So, last year, until we have a plan, I like the decoy plan. The problem with that is I cannot just give control over to the ship. It would require me to have the helms the ship. That's the only problem. Otherwise, the ship will go, as they say, boom.
Oh, that would be
His nature.
well, I have a very interesting nature, and I can demonstrate to you. Do you have an item that you're currently attuned to?
She looks around and looks at her hand and takes off the ring and hands it to you.
May I ask what it does?
It makes you more leadership in tow. It's +4 to charisma, so it requires a 2 there. Okay, you put on my ring. What does that mean?
No magic items working here.
Just show her the. Show
No,
her.
Well, unfortunately, no, it's
transmutation.
transmutation magic. That's not working.
Like the ring on this finger.
Hand me your.
Right? Wait.
flame. Yes.
I just looked up. I'm not attuned to this either. Check. Catch.
So you can fly. You attune to it.
By attuned to it.
Here's the thing, though.
I beg you to trust me.
It's not a matter of trust. You've already earned that by your plan. I think it's a good plan, but I must warn you. The ship has a personality. So you may attune to it, but it may choose to reject you. So keep that in mind.
Would this
Yes, it will. I will want it back when you're done. It helps
Understandable.
me in my negotiations.
Did you just say this thing gives me +4?
+5. 5 to your charisma. And it requires 2 attunement slots.
Yeah, but he doesn't have.
But I'm a
Some of
red.
the dried up flesh.
I know.
you-
I'm just saying. That's what it does. Yeah.
Oh my. Okay.
It is
Oh,
a legendary item. This chick is powerful. But you've
So,
earned her
add
trust. You
plus
rolled a
5.
31.
That's that makes me a 20.
And you're a charisma-based
23.
creature.
Yeah,
So
it
she's...
puts my charisma at 23.
I'll say Maggot looks over at you. And Maggie, you know that he's done for if he doesn't return that ring. Like, if she says she wants it back when this is done, you've seen her craft work. She is a pretty powerful assassin. She may not be very good at reading people, but she's pretty good at killing them.
well, I pick up my shot glass that they had come down from the ceiling. Here's to Belfry. She was a good bat while she lasted.
To Rhonda.
All right. To Rhonda, the skankiest goblin whore I knew.
That's not true.
4 copper pieces.
Or a heel of bread.
Or apparently some.
That's if
This
she
is
was
what happens
getting,
when you play with SCA people that know
That's
the
what-
history.
that's-
Wait,
well.
wait.
that's if she was
Or-
getting fancy.
Some just moldy ass oatmeal.
Yeah,
That's right.
or a bag of
I give her bags of oatmeal.
I mean, we also fed our kobolds.
Well, the best part was she banged them first, earned all their coin, and then ate them.
She didn't have to bang him. You're right.
She just did it for the fun of it.
She's an opportunist. She genuinely liked you. She did.
I asked you if she was hot.
That's not
Only hot
anything to
is
do
the
with
only
genuinely
reason
liking you.
Ow.
To be fair,
She just killed your like.
you didn't
best
really
friend.
let me answer one way or the other. You just pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. When I said, is she hot? You went like this. You went
She's a goblin.
like that. No, he knows what I meant. I'm a goblin.
Yeah. We all know
Was she
you
Gal
are.
Gadot?
But you've also been mistaken for a pug. So, I mean, these things go either direction. So you guys basically have the remainder of the day in the Magnificent Mansion. Nightshade tells you that she's going to go prepare. The ward goes to sit over with the child.
I'm gonna follow.
You guys basically have the run of the mansion until the following morning.
May I peruse your magnificent library?
Yes. So this is the way the tower works. Within reason. So this place is actually called a mind palace. It is a very ancient relic that I discovered on another place of existence. It will do almost anything you ask it to do within reason. It's not allowed to break the boundaries of reality. It cannot bring people back from the dead. It cannot make people fall in love. You know, it's very restrictive in how it can affect things outside of. It can show you artwork. It could make a workshop for you to use. It could access the Celestial Library upstairs, which will link itself to the great tomes of existence. You have to know a certain amount of information to make the request, of course. But just take the disc, stand on it, tell it what you want. It will take you there.
Thank you.
But be mindful. Tell it what you want, and it will take you there. She eyes Maggot and Baruch at the same time, and then looks over at the halflings. Literally, be cautious. Don't, if you fuck around and die, I don't have to pay you. Anyways, I am going to go and plot out this plan and make some preparations.
Yes, and as we say, can you go ahead and let me see how.
Yes, I will do that for you. She takes the piece of paper that she was writing on over on the other table, sets it in front of you. It is an image of a female Aarakocra. They're maybe about 4 feet in height, blue, yellow, and green plumage, very feminine features, and they are wearing the. She drew out the attire that it was wearing. and it was wearing the vestments of the scribeship of Sundered. So it's definitely a librarian from Sundered. Female Aarakocran, blue, white, greenish plumage, probably nobility. Most Aarakocrans run the politics and the government of the different floating citadels. The goblins tend to be the engineers.
Sorry. I go off half cocked sometimes.
Right?
That was full cocked. What do you mean?
That wasn't half cocked. That crossbow was cocked.
I was cocked, loaded, and just like.
What did she look like when she got shot?
Like a stiff board, because right through the center. She only had 12 hit points. It just sunk down into her brain, and he pulled out the bolt because he didn't want to leave it there, and then he failed his con save. So
On purpose, right?
no, he rolled a 13.
I rolled-
DC was a 16, so yeah, he failed. Inherited the curse.
Where
So-
do bats hang out in this area?
No, then quick question. What
I
if
mean,
he,
in like
what if he
normally
what if he succeeded on?
back in our homeland. It
Yeah,
was like
oh,
all
yeah,
the
they're all-
caves and all that.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of them. Various sizes too. Here, Belfry was like giant eagle size for the most part. You know, a substantial
A
creature.
huge bitch.
But I mean, there's bats out there that linger in the fracture and a lot of the other areas of his home community that get as big as dragons. They're rare, but they get pretty big.
So I could talk bats.
Technically, you can talk to bats now. Yeah,
So I can still get a mount.
amount for amount.
A mount for a mount.
Yeah, just make sure it's a girl.
So you guys have
You're gonna have babies.
the rest of the day. Anything you want to do with Magic Mansion?
As Nightshade's walking away, I'm gonna just go up to her and quietly. Is there a way that the spells can help recover memories?
I suppose it's
No,
plausible. I mean, if you were to go and study a spell or an effect or a history of people recovering memories, perhaps. Why do you ask?
Part of my condition. Something happened recently, and I lost quite a number of them. And I think it's happened more than once. Traveling with
So-
the mask.
Curious. Are you his pet, his thrall? What are you to him?
Honestly, I think I'm more of a test subject. I'm not sure. I don't
Interesting.
remember.
Interesting. There was a time I came across an abandoned village near Centerpoint. It was off limits. I do remember that much. I chose it as a smuggling point because no one was allowed to go there. There were creatures similar to you wandering about the place, but they weren't sentient or
You sick
mindful like
fuck.
you are.
I can never do as
These were
Just
Just-
tell your best friend.
these were described as necrotic undead fiends that just wandered this.
No.
Supposedly, some great catastrophe fell upon this village called Danica and killed all of its inhabitants. And now their skinless, soulless bodies wander about in some kind of failed magical effect. I don't know, but they didn't have your sentient nature. They were completely devoid of personality. They were a great place to hide things because no one would come looking for that.
Of course not.
But
Want to walk around when there's a bunch of
I don't.
this?
If you're looking to recover memories that you are losing, perhaps there's a reason why you're losing them. Maybe these are memories that are more harmful than they are good. Maybe you're becoming something else entirely. Maybe you're here in the middle. This is your start and you're heading towards your finish. I mean, I've never met the likes of your kind before. Mostly, I see a dead person. I assume they should be
So we
dead.
should get some fucking
Or
scan.
there's a creepy fella or person that has enthralled someone that they've been unable to let go in their life. So they try to bring them back. Normally, when you animate dead or enthrall the dead, you are essentially making a puppet of sorts. They don't really ever maintain their original existence. They are something just simply animated and kind of walking around waiting for completion, I guess.
Okay, thank you.
That's
Have a run.
Cool.
Zombie.
Maybe the library could help.
Can't do
Maybe
run a
one of
zombie.
the studies can help. I don't know. You have to
I
go
can
and look
still
about.
do it.
I will, thank you.
Of course, of
Turned
course.
into-
She melted.
Now,
Again,
to work on your plan.
I
And
had
apologize-
been able to
I apologize for the
raise
previous sentence, but
registers like
we were. at least
the
I
reason
was
why I
worried.
did not reply to you is I wasn't sure if I could trust you. Because for a while there, because it happened after I met with Maggot and the rest of you and offered you the escort position. But the second time I was afraid it would give away our position as we were heading towards Bastion. So I was actually already in Bastion, but Send can transcend planes of existence. So
We should have made that
I wasn't
one.
sure if it would expose me to somebody looking for me. Because whatever that thing was, it was very powerful. Wiped out a crew of very competent people.
Oh yeah, and by the way, we worked a little bit on cleaning up the place while you were gone. We were up there.
That was your priority.
We were trying to figure out what happened, and one of the biggest things was we couldn't see through all the blood.
Yes.
That's how we were able to find the circle.
You're a very strange person. Anyways. Yes, but I mean, just because you look strange doesn't mean you have to be strange. I know strange looking people. And she kind of looks over to Keith with the mask and looks over at the two trench coat halflings.
I was gonna say I actually wanted to stealth, and I wanted Alvin to go away for she's
Okay.
I wanted her to work on the paper,
The cipher?
yes, but I want to do it next to the kid because she wants to see if she can like talk to the kid, connect with the kid.
Okay. That's fair.
The
So we're at
cargo?
the couch and
The cargo.
The cargo.
yeah, the
It's gonna be
cargo.
sold like a slave.
Yes.
The cargo.
That's not necessarily
No.
true.
True.
The cargo. They're selling a person.
Doesn't
And
mean that she can't try to.
why are you getting butthurt on this?
I'm not getting butthurt.
Don't get your tail feathers in a row.
Hans would still be there, but Alva's definitely not.
I mean, they could be selling her for parts
Exactly.
Or food.
or food
Uh-huh.
or magical
Ritual.
ritual or assumption.
Or child pride. You never know.
I'd like to think she goes to a farm
I'd
with a
say
bunch
would
of other
probably
little pink
about
goblins
me.
and lives out her life.
Pink
Hey,
goblin
if
child
they
bride.
think she's a human, powerful creature.
she's a pink
That's the
goblin.
only way you can open the door between dimensions. Is,
How'd you get
know,
a hold
chain
of her
up and
anyway?
Rip her down the middle.
Yeah, go right through the stomach.
It's a long story. I was. Give me persuasion, and she's thinking about
Guidance.
telling you this.
I put the ring on real quick. No, no, persuasion.
Sorry,
Persuasion.
Tell me or I'll bite you.
Tell her
How
about
I put
you.
that in on the
5?
It jumped out. You didn't do
Maybe
that.
another time. Maybe we get through this mess. I can tell you about how I found her, lost her, and found her again. If you recall, of course.
Yes.
Yes.
Remember back when the
Yeah,
Knolls
yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
But
was clean
anyways,
work.
Let's just say that it would seem there are a lot of things after her, and they are expending a great deal of wealth to either purchase said cargo, find and steal said cargo, or expose themselves to dangerous assumptions to find her.
Why don't you give us a little bit of a hint who's chasing her so we can keep an eye out for them?
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure.
Who's
Them
the
floating
buyer?
cities up there?
I have my suspicions about them. No offense, Erakoken, but I have my suspicions about her kind.
Yeah, you can never know what a bird's thinking because they don't smile or anything. They don't got no facial expressions.
Well, their
Sorry.
eyes are very expressive, but they normally are very.
I mean, you
It's
don't
like
tell by
those.
the ruffles
Um,
of their feathers.
I think she is a bargaining chip for somebody's plot. Is what I think. That's why they're willing to pay so much for her.
Question: is your bastion
We are in Bastion, yes.
is it anchored?
No, in 24 hours, it turns back into a little tiny thing that goes into my pocket.
Okay.
That's only 24 hours, of course. It's been up for 16 today, so we have 8 more hours until
You have
we have to
that.
leave it.
I'm gonna go and get onto the tensor
With
disc and
the-
go library.
Thing.
You're going to go where?
The library.
Cipher.
No, not the cipher. The book where
Remember,
it's like,
anything you
hey,
think and want.
this shit
The
happened.
palace will try to
lost,
give you.
Lost
Do
thing.
not confuse it. Do not
Oh.
ask for hookers and blow.
The
Oh gosh.
Do you have to
But
like
you
say it
know-
out
you know what I'm
loud, or
talking
if it's just
no,
you
was
think
it for
it?
the ogre? Ogre man?
It depends on your
I
mental
don't think
capacity.
it was over magic.
In my
but
head,
it
I'm
was-
like,
it was with the- it
hookers
was
and
with
blow,
the
hookers and blow, hookers and blow. I'm like, no, library!
Journal
I wanna go
of
find out
delivery
more about
locations for the Moonwatch Guild.
Being aware of that.
Marston's
Okay.
spellbook.
that there's like a journal that we found,
Journal
I
with
wanna
delivery
check that.
locations for the Moonwatch Guild.
but it had like it was like you write something here and it like
Shot.
Oh,
disappears.
that's that back and forth.
Yeah.
Talking
Shot.
about,
Is there any way
shot
you
a
have
stinky
something like
old
this
goblin
without
hooker
you-
that was
I do not know. I don't normally work with other people. I normally do this independently. I had a crew that managed my ship that got me from point A to point B. I did all the work without them, and they were simply my way in and out of places.
Understood.
I don't normally. I took you on because he seemed very skilled. And to be honest,
I mean, we did.
I took you on in hopes that you would be cannon fodder for the purposes of protecting myself.
Yeah, we're good cannon fodder.
But you managed to survive, find my trail I left, and you made it here. You're clever enough and skilled enough that I'd rather have you. Where did your other halfling friend go? Why is there only one here?
She wanders
That's
off.
how we are.
Oh, oh, Jesus Christ. We're all going to fucking die. Listen, just be mindful in the Mind Palace. Do not.
I mean, in the 24.
You watch as she, like, just looks over at Maggot. Like a dozen goblin hookers carrying little platters of some strange spice powder on it
Pop out.
start walking out of a hallway. I said no hookers and
Maybe we
blow.
should take the little pink goblins someplace else.
I can't help it.
You watch as Nightshade snaps her fingers and one by one they puff
I
out.
tried to get the last one.
You're like sniffing.
I take my long fingernail. I'm reaching.
It's like
I'm
that-
reaching
it's
with
like
my
that-
long
You know
fingernail.
what? You know what? Give me a dex check. I want to see if you reach
It's
it.
that scene from Kingsman.
16.
16. I put a DC as a 15.
Okay.
So as you reach it, you realize it's not the modern term of what it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's a spice, right? So
Yeah.
it's a hallucinogenic that you just
I'll have
sniff
blue.
up like the moment and then it puffs out of
Blue
existence.
eyes.
Like the goblin hooker's just staring at you, like with a smile as you scoop, and then it
And they all
Nightshade
look
makes
like
it
Rhonda.
fades.
And like I'm
Um,
like this, trying to grab her
all
blue.
look like Rhonda.
Give me a D100, please. I didn't know if I was going to need this chart, so
I
I'm
don't-
going to pull it up really
I
quick.
need. Oh,
They
D1.
all look
Just
like
2d10s.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I got it. My special ones are good.
This
All look like
is where
I'm going to
Help me,
concentrate
Rhonda.
and mentally request a potion of total memory recall.
60 then?
I don't know
Okay.
if that exists, but I'm going to. That's
Yeah.
what I'm going to request.
Is that
Yeah.
60?
um,
16.
Oh, 16.
a book appears in your hand.
Okay.
You begin to read
You're
it.
Right.
It's everything you need to make it, but it's made up of 12 different components. It's very advanced
Yeah.
alchemy.
Spell would be better.
You're like,
Wait.
like it's all the instruction you need to make it, but
But can the Mind Palace give you all the ingredients?
Yeah, but then I have to make it. It's
That'd be fun.
it's.
He sucks at alchemy. I don't remember much.
What'd
I
you
remember
get?
16.
16. As you guys watch Maggot just skid on the ground and stand up, there's this orange red dust around his nose. and he starts looking around. His pupils blow out. Like they become like just dinner plates. And he's kind of looking around.
Sleep.
And then you watch as he just suddenly transforms into a potted plant. And then he transforms into a ladle. And Nightshade's like, oh, fuck. He will be there for a while. We'll just leave him there. Anyways, I must go prepare. And she just like looks frustrated and she steps up onto one of the discs and meanwhile, as each of you start thinking about the different directions you want to go, you start, Takit's like got that book in his hand and he steps on a disc and thinks about where he's going. Alva or Hans? Where's Hans? Over with the little girl?
Before I leave?
Alva went with the little girl.
Okay.
And Hans was thinking about, because it said like something
Workshop.
To see if you can find a workshop. Where are you going?
I'm gonna go to the library.
You're going to seek out the library as well?
Before I leave, I introduce myself to the child and the ward and the guardian.
Okay.
Alva.
Fair enough.
You get their names.
I give the child my extra food. Like, here.
Okay.
You're taking
You
some.
two can give me insight checks really quick since you included that in your activity that you're going to do.
I'm a ladle.
That's
And I kick the ladle.
12.
Why?
That is a tankard.
No,
Think, think, think.
Aw.
it comes up
Says-
says.
And then you look over there, you see like a used condom.
Hey, Morty, I'm a pickle.
21.
He's like his favorite sandwich.
I'm pickle maggot.
21. The ward does not mention a name, and he'll mention that she has no name as well.
What am I to call you?
The warden just
Can I think of a common name?
Aria.
Cassandra.
So one out of my past.
She's like, okay, Cassandra, I like that one.
Okay, Cassandra. Call you
Call me
Cassandra.
Cass. I like that one.
Okay.
Anyways, and she's going back to drawing.
Which I have to ask, are you ready to kill vampires?
Yeah, it's still kind of dull.
Talia sees the two of you talking to her. As you come over, you look at the book that she's drawing with impeccable precision. She is drawing pictures way beyond her years. She's drawing pictures of people that you've never seen before, but they're at a dinner party having a conversation. She's drawing pictures of like a gnoll and a hobgoblin talking to each other. She's drawing pictures of a dragon. She's drawing pictures of like demonic like looking creatures. It's just pages and pages and pages and pages of advanced level drawing, like perfect mimicry of what things might look like.
Kyle likes why.
And she turns the page to start drawing, but the pages stick. So she's like undoing them to get to the next page. There's a perfect picture, like drawing of Takit. But he's not wearing his mask. He's in a laboratory amongst lots of dead things around him. And that's where we're going to finish tonight. That 3 hours flew, man. What the hell?
Unlike Belfry.
Murder a hooker. and
I like, yeah,
time
throw
flies.
100 anything, time flies. All right, everyone, thanks for coming out and hanging out. Be safe, be kind, and don't forget,
Play
play the game!
Don't kill your pet bat.